Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of the Opening Kick here on Major League Baseball Home Run Derby night, a night that I think was really special to our generation back in the 90s, Smoke. I think it was kind of must-see TV during the summers.
Man, you're making me feel old when you say 90s, bro.
Got
But
to.
yeah, those were the years.
Dude, those were the I hate to be that guy that says my years were better. I'm sorry. The 90s home run derbies were the best, and everybody else can deal with it.
You know what? I've gotten away from what era was best, what era was great, because you're not going to win that argument. Because everyone's going to say, oh, yeah, man, our era was better. Just like we like to ask people to like, subscribe, come over from X, join us right here. Like, some are going to do it, not all are going to do it, but we hope that all will come over.
I hope they do. Come over from Twitter X, hit that like and subscribe so you get all that wonderful Bama Standard content. Yes, the Home Run Derby is going on. You can put us on and put that on in the background. We are going to be following it live. Doesn't have the star power, but it's got some dudes that can swing it if you've been paying attention. Like I said, we're going to be following along. Maybe talk a little bit of our Home Run Derby memories a little bit.
Ken Griffey.
Tough as nails, what's going on? But, man, we're going to recap a little bit of this weekend. I was down with the Bama Standard representing Kevin Jackson and the K7 Foundation for ALS. Give a little recap on that weekend. Talk a little, Smoke's got a little NBA Summer League. I think there might be some intrigue going on this summer in the NBA, believe it or not. And then a little Major League Draft. That just happened as well. We're going to warm up with all that stuff, but then we're going to get into it, man. College football season is less than 50 days away. And, man, I was scouring through the lineups, the matchups, and Smoke. We got some big-time games coming this year. I started the list for most anticipated games, and I just kept going and going. We're going to talk a little about it a little bit tonight. Also, man, I guess I was on an ostrich farm when Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers, and I was asking my man Smoke, the scout with us, does he got tread left on the tires? And Smoke pointed me a certain direction, and it might have answered that question. We're going to talk about Mr. Rodgers, talk about NFL quarterbacks, who's where. You know, we're getting, hey, it's not just college football season. There's some NFL guys out there, too, that love that sport. We're going to talk a little bit about it. But, guys, got a heck of a show planned for you tonight. Kick back, pop open a cocktail, get that grill going unless it's thundering and lightning like it is outside my house. But turn on the Home Run Derby and let's go for the ride. But before you do that, hit that like and subscribe, and let's give a little bit of love to the sponsors that keep the lights on. That is Real Rock Stone Company. Lamstone Company. Have you ever dreamed of having beautiful natural stone in or around your home? Well, don't wait. Now's the time. Go to realrockstone.com. Lamstone's located in Aniana, Alabama, one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state. If you tell them we sent you using the promo code the Bama Standard, you'll receive 10% off your purchase of stone today. Look, don't hesitate. After the show, of course, realrockstone.com. Give them a look out. That said, Smoke, we had a lot going on this weekend. Before I get to that, the K7, I'll give a recap on that. Let's talk a little Home Run Derby, man. You brought this to my attention today that, like, let's do a little live follow, and I got kind of excited about it. What
you got caught up all about last weekend with the K7 event for ALS Foundation. That was awesome. Sorry I couldn't make it. And you forgot all about Monday before the All-Star game.
I didn't even know. Look, this foundation event was so cool. I didn't even realize SEC Media Days was going on today. Someone said, "Are y'all going to talk about it?" I'm like, wait, when is it? Next week? They're like, no, Pettey, that starts now. I'm like, again, Kevin Jackson, Keith Martin played with Kevin back in the late 90s. They put on this 7 for Mr. Good, who has ALS for Alabama, played with Alabama back in the day. Just a wonderful event. The Bama Standard was at Buffalo Wild Wings in Dothan on Thursday night. We had Derek Lassick. We had Antonio Langham, Dennis Riddle on the show. It was just an amazing event, but also there where Jake Coker was there. Sherman Williams was shaking it over in the corner. Roosevelt Patterson from the 92 offensive line. I fell in love with that giant this weekend, and we just had a great weekend. It spilled over into a golf tournament on Friday. And it was just a great event, raised a lot of money for a great foundation on ALS. And it just look, man, as a kid that grew up around that 92 national championship team, that was my coming of age in college football. To be around those guys telling the stories from that 92 night and Miami coming in with all the bravado and Alabama just sticking it down their damn throat. It was a cool night of stories, but there was a lot of Auburn guys. I saw a lot of camaraderie. And Smoke, one thing I really took from this weekend is that Bama Sci-Fi. Like, good God, man, that relationship runs deeper, and you see it when you're around these guys. And that's something I really took away, because that's what this foundation is about. You know, they wouldn't do this if it wasn't someone that's done this for them in the past. And that's because of this Bama brotherhood. And when one of their brethren goes down, man, these guys do whatever they can to help out. And
we band together, Petty. But you know what? I know you want to get into this home run derby real quick, but let's just do an intro now. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But when I called you, I think it was either Friday or Saturday, you were going in on how great your new fandom has become with Mr. Patterson, Roosevelt Patterson.
Yes.
For our fans out there, let's get into a little bit of story time.
Okay.
This is you sitting down, a cold one. I'm assuming he had the cold one with some wings.
Couple.
I don't know if you like lemon pepper, but I'm going to say lemon pepper Roosevelt was having with some fries. And he started getting into the details about how Coach Stallings got him prepared to go in there in New Orleans, super domed up, Bill Street knuckled up, and bust those boys up for the national championship, and how that kind of just started your whole love for Alabama football, but also catapult the SEC into the limelight of college football. We're here, and we're here to stay, because we all knew Miami had college football by the neck.
Yes, they did.
They had a stronghold on them, and they were steering in every direction. So go ahead and let's get a little story time.
I will, because, man, I was treated to some stories that every Bama fan of any generation would have just sat there. And like you said, Mr. Patterson had a drink or two. I was sitting there with Derek Lassick. We're eating wings, watching football. We're actually watching a 94 Dallas game that Derek played in. And I'm like,
that's the shoulder game for E. Smith.
Yeah. E. Smith takes his shoulder out, still rushes for 144. He wins the rushing crown that night in New York. And Lassick, I mean, we're sitting there. I'm eating wings with Derek Lassick, who was a part of it, Roosevelt Patterson, and Antonio Langham sitting there, and we're just telling stories. But the one that caught me, and this is one when Smoke was alluding to, that just kind of jacked me up. Yeah, prior to 92, I don't know if people remember this, the SEC wasn't what the SEC is now today. They had gone 12 years without winning a national title. I think Georgia had won it in 80, 81, and Bama had 79, 78 back-to-back. But it had been over a decade since any SEC team. It was Miami. It was Florida State. It was Nebraska. It was the Big Ten, Penn State, those programs. It wasn't Alabama. So when Alabama went into that game, and if you remember that season, they were winning games 17-13 against Southern Miss. They were down at halftime to Tulane and had to come back. Miami, meanwhile, is beating people 52-10. And again, they're coming in with all this swagger. They're a 9-point favorite coming into the national title.
Heisman Trophy winner Gino Trilletta was on there. Marshall Falk should have won, but I just keep on. I had it.
Lamar Thomas, Gino Trilletta, one of the offense putting up 38 points a game. Bama scoring 17 a game. They don't even look like the same programs. Miami shows up on Bourbon Street the night before, and they're military fatigues. And this is what Roosevelt said. They're calling me a fat boy. They calling me a P word. They say, you boys, y'all ain't tough. Y'all ain't got it. And he said, I remember Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was one of them. Warren Sapp. These are some bad MFers. And Roosevelt said, I was just sitting there. I didn't say a word that night. I'm just looking at faces, remembering every one of these. And I show up and strap them damn pads on. And we were telling them the holes we were running as I walked up to the line and said, and I can't use the words on here, but he had him a couple cocktails, so he was getting a little animated. Roosevelt's a big dude. Hey, buy your Alabama #1 high school team in the country. After they had like 6 guys off that offense go to Auburn and Alabama, and he was the man. And he was sitting there just dog cussing everybody on that defensive line, saying, look, I'm about to run it down your – and they were running it right there. If you remember, Barker only threw for like 24 yards that night. It was the Derek Lassick, Sherman Williams show. And Patterson was literally telling them every time the ball was running in his hole that it was coming in their hole. And he said, if you go back and watch that game, Keith Jackson, whoa, Nelly, called him out for being the road grader he was that night. And I tell you, man, again, that game, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Before it, I told you this. Our locker room was full of dudes, man, and all of them, Miami. Miami had the swag. And Christmas break comes, Bama kicks that ass. We come back, and everybody's got on Bama bombers. And I was telling those guys, what y'all did resonated to the state of Mississippi. That's why I think Alabama has always been successful in getting Mississippi kids, because that 92 team, it went from Miami being cool to Bama being cool. And to hear those guys tell that story of those nights, yeah, man, that's when Bama became something different to me. I know it's no secret. I'm a damn Ole Miss fan, but I'm realist too. Ole Miss, I've always felt like had a ceiling. Bama became something different that night, and they're a championship. I mean, it's just, again, Clemson's different. The program's different, and being around those guys, you know, Lassick on the cover of Sports Illustrated, these were the legends to me. So it was very humbling, very cool experience, and they're all wonderful guys. Derek Lassick looks like he could still strap it up and play today. I told him he pissed me off. I was 9. I was in the stadium as a 9-year-old in Jackson, Mississippi, watching Derek Lassick play. He's what, 10 years older than me? He looks about 10 years younger, and that he has discovered the fountain.
Good genetics, man.
That rock.
Good genetics, bro.
He said the exact same thing. You know, ironically, he said the same thing.
Good genetics. Pettey, you know what? Beautiful story. And the chat's going crazy right now over one of our B-side 5 brothers. Oh. Right now, they want to steamroll my guy Greg McElroy for mentioning that Nick Saban might come back and coach.
Is it because of the thought that Saban would be back in the game and not in Crimson, or the fact that McElroy said that? What's got him up at arms, Smoke?
You know, I think the chat's gonna have to answer for themselves. I just know that was breaking news today. Especially, that's something that usually gets tossed out, and ironically, how it gets tossed out. Ding! SEC weekend, SEC media week.
A little coincidental.
This a smidgen. But I don't think we should be pissed off at Greg that he reported that. He's on the media side now. That's his job. Yep. If he has information, he has a source, and he checked in with Coach Saban and his people, and he broke the news. Hey, man, kudos to him. But I do believe that Coach Saban will come back, because there's just something inside that I just think he's a ball coach. I think he does a great job on TV. With ESPN, but there's still that little bit of hunger and drive, like prep time. Like, it's hard to walk away and find something to do and stay busy. And now that you have the House settlement and it's getting closer to parity in terms of the cap which each team can spend, or university can spend on their ball club, now it's somewhat even playing field where Nick doesn't have to go and raise money every single year and compete with oil money and, let's say, SoCon Valley money or the billionaires.
Yeah, they can just
now they got rev share, and he can get back in and be the architect of college football. And I think there's a few teams. If some of these teams can't cut it, why wouldn't he go out and do it?
What's the Venn diagram of teams that he would? I mean, because that's why I was starting to talk. I mean, is it Miami, Florida State? I couldn't see him coming back to the SEC.
I would say Miami. There's a chance, right? But it's ACC. He'd have to go in and gut it culturally, but that's a team. If Mario does not win or get into the playoffs and they fall on their face.
There's trouble brewing in Tallahassee if that doesn't get going this year.
Tallahassee's another one. Florida State, you can go in and he can capture that again, because recruiting hotbed, history, you'll have resources. USC. If Lincoln don't get it going, why not?
My mind didn't even travel out west, man.
How about his old stomping ground of doing it twice, LSU? If BK don't get it going.
Oh boy, that would, God bless, that would.
I'm not saying that I have any. I'm just throwing out teams
and Justin
and places that he could win.
My issue with this, and I get people are calling out the sources or whatnot, but look, this is Greg McElroy. Let's take into context who's saying this. This isn't Marvin, which we love Marvin, but Marvin's more outspoken. He's going to say things that are more off the cuff. Right. Greg McElroy, what do we know about him? A lot of people dislike him because he's so buttoned up and he tries to keep it to the. I don't think he would say that just willy nilly if he didn't have.
I like Greg.
Yeah,
I think Greg does a phenomenal job.
Well, there's a reason he's at where he's at. Right?
Greg, he got it, bro. We need to calm down.
Well, I think it bothers people because, look, man, when you're not a homer and you're a native son, and Greg's not just necessarily always going to give the homer vibe, he's going to kind of give the
honest answer.
Right there,
yeah, I'm with that. I'm like that. But yeah, you got another team that you think that Coach Saban might. How about if let's say if Brent Venables struggles a little bit in Oklahoma. That's another blue blood that easily Coach Saban go in and do that 1-2-1-2 and come out with some natties and run it again. I just think I can see a place where he can do it.
Man, that would be – what would the reaction be in Tuscaloosa or in the Bama Nation? How do they – I mean, is that –
The guy's been gone for 3 years. Move on.
It's hard to move, buddy. I get it. I get what you're saying.
What are you going to fire the coaches you have now and say, "Hey, coach, come on back into the
talking about a fan base that 20 years hadn't moved on from Bear until Saban got there, and this guy did more than Bear in a shorter window. It's going to be hard to get over that anytime soon.
Hey, man, you don't have to, but you're going to have to.
Kind of like Michael that, Jordan. Would it be like Michael Jordan going to the Hornets?
Michael Jordan going to the Hornets. See, I think there's a difference. See, when you have a player that's on his downside or he's done and he went to the Wizards, not the same guy. But Nick Saban doesn't have to be in his prime. Like, all he's doing is coaching. So he's still in his prime coaching. Like, there's not a drop-off. What is it? The energy? Now he's going to have energy. He's going to hire the right people. He's been out of it so long, like myself, like you could stand back and get that 300,000 feet view of what a college landscape looks like and go in and kind of just, use your tools that you've developed over the years and kind of fine tune what you have to do. But I think if there's smoke, there's fire. And I think there's a lot of both.
He's going to go back to Miami and NFL, hook up with Tua, and bring Kirby Smart as DC and Lane as OC.
Not going to happen. Sorry. The NFL thing, I don't think. But the college thing, man, these guys better start winning. The guys that are on the hot seat that are at schools that would attract Coach Saban.
I was walking with my Tennessee buddy today when that came across, and I showed it, and he was like, "You got to be kidding." I'm like, man, if Greg is saying it, he ain't just saying that crap to get
He ain't making it up. There's some truth to it.
Quick question before we get to the Bama Derby. I don't know if I've ever answered this because I know it's been mentioned, but why did I go to Bama? And I guess that question is on the heels of me being a crazy-ass Ole Miss fan. Why did I go to Bama? I moved it real quick, little backstory on the Pettey. In 94, we moved to Tuscaloosa. My mom worked with the VA. That brought us, and I started going my freshman year, high school at Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa. I had a shot to play junior college baseball at Shelton. I took it, and so I went to Shelton, turned it almost into a 4-year institution because I'm brilliant. After that, had a chance to maybe go walk on at Southern Miss, didn't do it. But at that point, I was, it was time to get on with college. My degree was in public relations. I went and looked at that building at Ole Miss, and it looked like it was built in the 80s. And if you know, Bama folks, Reese Pfeiffer, right in the shadows of Bryant-Denny Stadium, where my man Smoke Dixon also took a class or two, is not
that
only
was my school.
Not only one of the top 10 communication schools in the country, its PR department has been number one. So, Bama just don't win it on the gridiron. There's several academic institutions out there, and the one that I was getting my degree in, look, it became a business decision, right? It was going to be better for my degree to go to the University of Alabama. Already had a lot of natural ties to Alabama, and look, like Smoke said, I'm a weird breed. I'm an Ole Miss guy, but there's this crimson that flows through the veins too. That started even when I was in Mississippi when Bama won that national title. So it was just an easy transition for me, and that's kind of the short of it. It was a better place for me to go. Roll Tide, and I'm glad I did. Look where I am today on a show with Mr. Smoke Dixon on a Monday night talking a little
Now
football.
we both should have went to Southern Miss, man. Screw it.
I've been mustard buzzards. Man, I was just tired. I was going to have to walk on, and I had to walk on at Shelton. I had to earn my way each step. And I was like, man, I'm tired of this grind. But, you always question what if, but it wouldn't meant my life wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm glad I did what I did and went to that university.
Man, you got some brownie points tonight, bro.
Yeah, I hope she's watching. I don't know if she's paying attention.
Yeah, she'll watch the replay.
But NJ, the GOAT, ain't not a debate. We'll get into that. We're going to talk a little NBA. Smoke, before we get into the NBA Summer League, we'll address Chris Camp's NBA. Michael Jordan's the GOAT because, I know you agree with that. I think you think it's Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and then maybe LeBron.
Whoa. Throw the title towel up.
Wait, what?
No. Pause. You said what?
Don't you have Magic Johnson number 2 on your all-time NBA list behind Jordan?
No shot.
Just trying to fire Smoke up tonight, baby.
No dice. Magic's not even in my top 10.
We're going to have a show. I know we're getting close to the offseason. We're going to have an NBA show where Smoke discusses why he thinks Magic Johnson is one of the most overrated basketball players of all time. We've talked about it a little bit on the side, but I'd like to get him on a podcast given this because I love it. I love the take. I like when I took heat forever for saying Joe Montana was overrated. So I want to hear why Magic is overrated.
Maybe the same reasons.
Maybe Magic
Johnson is the luckiest.
About to go off. Go ahead.
Maybe Magic's the luckiest athlete of all time. That guy I'm talking about, he was born the day that they created a 5-leaf clover. How he walked into the NBA, I don't know if there's ever been another. You know what? Cooper Flagg's walking into something close to that.
The Magic? At Dallas?
Yeah, he's walking to something close like that. I mean, just think about it. Like Magic walked in, Kareem was already posted up. Like Kareem was the guy, right? Kareem was there already.
All-time NBA leading scorer, or was on his way to being, right?
Kareem was that guy. He was a few years removed from winning an MVP. Like Kareem's the guy.
Kareem was a better Wilt Chamberlain. He was doing it in a time where
I don't know nothing. I don't know those guys well enough to say who's who, but I just know that statistically, right, in accolades, Kareem was still that dude. Then a few years later, you just luck up again, and James Worthy shows up, number 1 pick overall. Then we're a lot of people don't factor in Pat Riley being one of the greatest minds in terms of executives ever in NBA history. Like, he was a coach. He's a mastermind behind all that. All right. Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, great role players. So it's not like he was dropped in to a place that Cleveland, where there was nobody around, and he's like, hey, go do this by yourself. No, he did it. 6'9", can see over everybody. I'm not taking anything away from him, but like his greatest skill set might be his intangibles in terms of being a leader and his ability to have players or people around them play up. But you're not walking away saying, oh, yeah, he was an elite. You can say a passer. But the guy didn't average 20 points in his career. And everyone's like, oh, he played 5 positions. Yeah, he played center for 1 game and had a really good game as a rookie. I'm not saying that, like, but it's like, what's my guy name for it's like saying Lou Dort and I'm not comparing Maxwell, but saying a guy have like a really, like Jalen Williams having a great game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he's like, oh, yeah, but it's like, dude, he had a great game. He played awesome.
A little update. James Wood he's got 14 home runs. I don't even know. I never heard of him prior to tonight. He plays for the Nationals. We should have done a giveaway that if you could have blindly or without looking at a paper named everybody in the home run derby contest tonight, we give a title towel giveaway or something. Because Smoke, I had to look up half these names that are going on right now.
Man, Petty, listen, you're one better than me. I ain't even
won
looking
a
at
world
I'm
championship in college.
I'm just looking at the swings. He has one out left. And I mean,
so
I don't know if
apparently
that's a winner.
I don't even know how the Derby works anymore. There's all kind of crazy bonus.
They change it up every year. I'm with kids in a life. I think I'm checked out. When I was young and didn't have anything to do, I was all in on this.
Oh, well, look, but when we were young, and we were talking about this before the show, it seems like guys are kind of making business decisions now. You're not seeing the Aaron Judges or the Shohei Ohtanis, which I know he's had some injury stuff. These guys are not – they do it one time, and it's like then they don't ever do it again. When we were young, you would get Griffey every year. You would get McGuire every year.
Frank Thomas,
multiple years. Jeff Bagwell, Albert Bell. Juan Gonzalez was
Chipper Jones. Like you would get Frank Thomas.
Right, yeah, you got 4 or 5 years of Frank Thomas and Griffey.
Cecil Fielder.
Which that was my favorite ever was the 94 in Pittsburgh. You had Frank Thomas and Griffey going at it. And I think Thomas hit one like 5-10 off the upper deck, off somebody's name. I can't remember. And it was just that was the one that always stands out as my favorite. But yeah, we got those guys every year. I was asking you before, does anybody in the chat remember these? And Smoke didn't. I'm gonna send him some links. But even prior to that, you'd be sitting there in the olden days of TV when you had 16 channels and they just put stuff on. But they would play these old black and white home run derbies, and it'd be Willie Mays and Hank Aaron and McCovey and Maris and Mantle and Duke Snyder of the Dodgers. And it was black and white. They would play, and it'd just be one-on-one. So every week there'd be like Maris or Mantle against Willie Mays. And they played 9 innings, and each inning was like a baseball game. You got 3 outs to hit as many home runs as you could in 3 outs. And in the interim, whoever wasn't hitting would be interviewed and kind of doing the commentator. So you get commentary from Mantle and Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. If you never have watched those and you love baseball, go look those up. They're really damn cool. But yeah, man, it's not. Again, I didn't know the home run derby was tonight. And I was like, oh, yeah, I like the idea of doing the live thing. And then I started looking at the names. I'm like, who are these different guys?
Nobody knows. You know what, Petty? I got a really big issue.
What's up?
If you tell somebody your truth, like I think Smooth says, it's clear to say Smoke don't like Magic. No, I don't dislike anyone. I'm just telling you my truth. That if I had an all-time team, Magic wouldn't be my point guard on the first or second team. That's it. He wouldn't be one of the guards at all.
Who you got ahead of him?
Steph Curry? Come on, guys.
You win. You win.
Who else? Listen, here goes a crazy one. I'm going to take Luka over him.
Luka?
Yeah, they're going to say, well, he doesn't win championship. Right, he's 25. Player, he's better.
What about AI?
Now, I think Chuck is a better player, but he's not a – they're going to say winning and all that, but player for player, yeah, Chuck's better. There are so many – I just hate when we just keep old memories logged in and we don't allow our computer to refresh. I think at some point we all have to sit back and just refresh. I'm not taking credit away from anyone that played in whatever era, because I'm not saying era for era. I'm just saying like player. Like at some point refresh the button and say, okay, am I seeing this the right way? Right. Like everybody says, oh my God, the Joker is not as good as Patrick Ewing. He's better. He's not good as David Robinson. He's better. Wow. Just hit the refresh button. Shaq wasn't dominant. Well, you guys better sit back and watch what dominant is. Like, he's better. Giannis is better than a lot of old guys. But we're so afraid to hit the refresh button. Like a lot of people don't give Isaiah Thomas his just due. I'm gonna have Zeke over Magic. That's just me. Like Isaiah had to build that, and he was a better skilled player than Magic. Leadership, great. You got to go back and forth with that. Intangibles, come on. Magic got all that. But you're talking about player? Like we're missing something. Like Bird busted him up. Like Bird handled Magic.
Oh, I think Bird was better than Magic.
Nah, I don't think it was close.
I don't either.
It's not close.
I think Bird was the best player in the league until Jordan came along.
Run with it. I'm not going to argue with you. I know he's better than the guy out in L.A. But that don't mean that I don't like the guy. He's in there somewhere.
Yeah, he stopped. That's it. Again, it's one of those that, and when you tell people to reset, it's one of those you kind of got to pause or not. Maybe not. Maybe you can just run with it. Where I do kind of, we do get in that fandom, and you get in the mystique of what they were and the Magic. There's a lot of mystique behind Magic and Showtime and all that stuff. So it always catches my attention when you throw one out there. But I always listen because I know you're not just saying it just to.
No, I'm like, at some point we just gotta hit the refresh button and look at it like, hold on, wait up.
My top 5 GOAT, mind you, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. It's MJ, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, and Shaq.
So are we saying that like, Charles Barkley don't exist?
It's a lot of dudes.
There's a lot of good basketball. Akeem Olajuwon don't exist. We just often just throw guys away.
I think people forget how good Akeem was because it was in the Jordan run. Olajuwon was
Olajuwon won when people think that Olajuwon did not win a championship. The year that the Rockets beat the Orlando Magic, Mike was back. Orlando beat Mike. Like everyone has the same needs of, oh yeah, it didn't happen yet. No, he was there. Well, he was coming off a bit like, okay, now we're moving the goalposts. You don't need to do that. It's like the home run derby. We don't got to move it in. Just keep hitting them.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. I think they get like 30 pitches, and then there's like this. I guess they get a break and 3 outs. Brent Rooker's got 14 right now, and he's got 2 pitches left, and then there's a timer too. Like I can't keep like used to. They just got 10 pitches. Like it was so easy.
Man, listen, just like everything else, I'm going too far into it.
Yeah, you got to do mathing. Well, man, let's stay on the NBA for just a second, Smoke. Tell me why, man. I'm hearing headlines about the Summer League, which is something I would never pay attention to in the NBA. But look, man.
Really? You're not a Summer League guy?
Oh, hell no.
Dang.
No. But look, you can't ignore the headlines. Cooper Flagg is, maybe the biggest name since the last big name that came out of Duke in college. And he's
hold on. What you just try to throw some shade at Duke? Say that again.
No, I said he's probably the biggest name to come out like in the NBA to expect him to take it by storm out of college since the last big Duke, Zion.
Since Zion?
Is he the biggest name since Zion? I mean, to come out of college.
Yeah, Zion.
So, I mean, there's a lot of – look, when Zion came out, Zion was must watch in college for me. Even like Duke and NC always as much watch. I was watching Zion every night because the guy was a highlight reel. Where Cooper kind of became that this year for Duke as well. So I guess I'm saying the fanfare going into the NBA from college. But then you hear he's matching up with Bronny. And look, man, Bronny caught a lot of heat in the media and everybody likes to be the hater or whatever. But from what I'm reading, Bronny's some lights are starting to turn on and we're having a hell of a little matchup between Flagg and Bronny in the Summer League. Tell me what.
Yeah, I mean, when they went head to head, it was a pretty good matchup.
Was it?
Like, yeah, Bronny is getting into his own. You can see the strength. You can see the rhythm. He's being assertive. He's understanding that to get on the court, you don't have to play defense. The jump shot looks much better. I mean, this is his sophomore year in college if he was there, right? And I think a lot of people want to create hate and dislike for the best instead of us sitting back and just really appreciating who LeBron is right now. Like I didn't hate Michael Jordan. I sat back and I was in awe and so appreciative of the artistry and the work that he gave us for so many years. Same way with Kobe. And I just wish that people would understand that once they're gone, like they're gone. And you're going to wish that you actually would have cheered instead of hated.
Instead of trying to always point out why he isn't something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just embrace greatness when you see it. Because and the fact is, I don't think a lot of people understand what greatness is and the work that goes into it. To do it for 2 years now. He's going into 22nd year. Like, that's unheard of. You know, but going back to the Summer League, I mean, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey's up and down, but you can still see those guys can play. And it's cool to see some even the Bama guys that are putting together some good run out there. Cooper Flagg, they shut him down for Summer League, so you're not going to see him anymore just because, like, there's no need for him to showcase dropping 31, and I think he had like 6 the other night. And it made it look real easy and real efficient.
If
The
somebody
San Antonio Spurs are going to be dangerous in a couple of years.
they build it. Man, they're one of those organizations that seem kind of like the Thunder. You wrote them off when they lost Westbrook and KD and the Beard. And they just kind of slowly rebuilt into another thing. The Spurs have they're a franchise that just seems to build they lose their stars get older, they play there for 30 years, and then you think, well, the Spurs are done now that the stars are gone, now that Robinson, now that they seem to just find the new ones and build them. Is that what's going on?
Well, you know what, Petty? I think when you've done it and you embrace the journey in finding the traits that you believe has a lot to do with the leadership, and that you can take now the franchise key and give it to that player, because you saw what Coach Pop did from the Admiral David Robinson, passing the torch over to Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy taking a few years and playing like unreal level. That's another guy that a lot of people don't throw into the conversation of greats, but the guy won 5 with Shaq and Kobe all in the West, but I guess nobody wants to pay attention to that. And Tony took it for a few years, Tony Parker, with the help of Manu Ginobili, another Hall of Famer. And then they went out and drafted a young guy out of San Diego State. And you just saw that Kawhi just sat and learned.
Played
defense. Then you just saw handle got better. Shot got better. They're like, hold on. All those guys are stepped away. Now, it's him. He's a guy. DeMar DeRozan. Like, it was just like, I think there's some franchises and some talent evaluators that truly understand the intangibles, but also understand the athleticism that you need to be able to build franchise level players in the game. And Chris Camp, you're not going to get me involved and talk about LeBron never touches MJ's legacy. Not if he's got the rest of the button of thousands times over. Yeah, whatever. Like, I think you guys just don't know how to embrace greatness, and you don't have to like one to hate the other. You don't have to say one's a GOAT and one's number 2. Just look at their body of work. And that's all. And I had to go back and do this a few years. There's only maybe 3 athletes of our lifetime that's played teen years of elite play. I would say Kobe, Tom Brady, LeBron. Like, years of elite play.
I have to think on it, but that's
think as long as you want to. Like, teen years. I'm not talking about 11. I'm not talking about 12. Teen, 13 on up. Years of elite basketball. And I usually go through a simple one, Chris, and you can jump in whenever you feel like it, because I love going back and forth with with it because we'll get to the
yeah, man. We're 40 minutes in, ain't it? We're still in the warm up phase. We have
we always warming up. We can always get we get to SEC in a second.
Now, Smoke, I mentioned all the legends that were in Dothan on Thursday night. One legend I forgot to mention is one Mr. Jimmy Clay was in the house.
Come on.
He is a Bama Standard legend. Jimmy Clay, roll tide, buddy. It was so good to see you again this Thursday night, man. It was always a pleasure to run into Mr. Clay. He was out there supporting the Bama Standard and, of course, probably mainly supporting all those Bama legends, but appreciate seeing him out. Smoke. Man, we've got it going. One thing, if somebody in the chat would love to break down the rules of this damn All-Star, they've got so many pitches.
Please do so.
And then they've got like 4 or 5 outs that are bonuses, and I don't. Okay, they've got 40. So no, I see a thing down here that says 40, but somehow they get bonuses and then there's extra outs. So if somebody wants to explain this,
it sounds like a whole bunch of chaos.
You know, it's not chaos, Smoke. That's Whitwell Sports. They keep all the chaos at bay with their title.
Look at you, 1 for 1 tonight.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Go to whitwellsports.com. The football season is approaching fast, and you don't want to go into Bryant-Denny empty-handed. Go to whitwellsports.com today. Give them the promo code STANDARD to get you a little 20% discount to get this beautiful title towel delivered to you before Alabama takes the field. It's not going to be in Bryant-Denny. It's going to be down at Doak to start it off in Tallahassee in the War Chop. Speaking of that, I think, man, I got it.
Petty, you know what?
Segues right into most anticipated games of 2025. Smoke.
Ooh, okay.
I got. Well, you looked like you got excited. You're about to say something. Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't catch me off guard. It was just it's just the chaos that you were talking about, and the chaos of college football games. Like you said, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be different. I think there's going to be a few upsets this year that we weren't anticipating.
Really? You got something circled in mind? You got something in mind, maybe? I'll say this.
I think this year, I think Texas finally gets Georgia.
Ooh. Texas finally gets Georgia. Aren't they going to Georgia too? Isn't that where it's going to Athens?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, I'll tell you what, Smoke. I'm going to go through a list of them because I started looking and I'm like, okay, what's one? And then I had 10.
Let's do it.
Opening weekend, the opening weekend palate cleanser might be one of the best appetizers in college football history. Ohio State, Texas, Clemson, LSU, the battle of Death Valley all over again. Like we mentioned, Bama goes to Tallahassee for the first time ever, which is, the 90s college football fan in me wants to be in Doak when all that takes place. And then you get into the season, man. The next week, Bama, Georgia is always big. Clemson, SMU could be a really good game this year, man. SMU starting to spend money, and that's the one chance for a slip up. Notre Dame, Miami, Catholics, convicts, man. If that don't get you up, what does? Like you mentioned, Texas, Georgia is going to be huge. LSU, Bama is always big. Man, TCU, North Carolina. Tell me everybody's not excited to see what Belichick does as a college football coach. Sign me up.
You know what, Petty, ain't going to lie to you. That's when I got to hit a 20-second timeout on.
There's no small intrigue at Belichick the Belichick at the college level?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
And it's
come on.
No, I know what he is without Tom. I already you know how you listen to that one song and it's been remixed and remade and remastered, like you know the end. If it's not the person that created the song, wrote the song, or did it the best, it's like an afterthought, man. I know what he's not without Tom. Below average.
So it's just going to be like a balloon.
Yeah. But here's what I will say. Off the shoot, Ohio State, Texas. I think that's must-see TV.
Got to be. That's out of the first weekend of the big ones. That's got to be number one, right?
Yeah, you can have back-to-back years of number one draft picks playing in that game. And some top 5 talent just littered on that field. For Ohio State, got Jeremiah Smith. In a year or so, he's going to be the number one. Then you got Texas, Arch. Then you got the edge rusher, Simpson. I mean, everyone who remembers Dylan Stewart, Colin Simpson he's a problem for Texas. He was a problem as a true freshman.
Mm-hmm.
He's only gotten bigger, stronger, more game ready, and understands the college game much better. Towards the end of the year, you saw the game started to slow down for him. Look out. That's going to be a heck of a game.
And look, a name that's for me, not just Caleb Downs, a name that's also familiar to Bama fans is going to be the starting quarterback at Ohio State, Julian Sayin, former 5-star phenom from California. Is he going to be the real deal? I mean, all eyes are on Arch, but Julian Sayin was kind of a big deal when he came out.
Yeah, the craziest thing is Kyle. Is he going to start? Lincoln Kindholz going to start. That's still up in the air for Ohio State.
Up? Okay.
Right. Carnell Tate is a certified ball player, receiver as well for Ohio State. So, Caleb Downs, the best defensive player, in my opinion, in college football, the last 2 years. So, I mean, it's going to be fun. And then you got
football game agrees with you.
Huh?
The NCAA football game agrees with you. He's the highest rated defensive player in it.
I mean, it is what it is. That's my eyes. I can't. I don't got all the analytical views. But Death Valley, Clemson versus LSU. Is Dabo going to keep putting the slick talk on the SEC? And is BK going to show up first game and get the first game monkey off his back? So it'll be fun.
And then, man, look, and we got Bama, Florida State.
Petty, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know you're a Bama guy.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the third game on the docket, and I'm sorry, Bama, Florida State. That raises the.
So you're telling me two underachieving teams from the year before. You're anticipating a 2-win team and a team that got beat by a team that ran the ball 98% of the time. Yep. You're fired up.
It's Bama, Florida State. You're damn right. They did it. I mean, that's yep.
So are you fired up? Nebraska, Texas. If Nebraska played Texas, would you fired up?
Yeah. Hey, on my honorable mention, I've got Oklahoma at Michigan because that's just a crazy one. I've got Archie and Notre Dame just because there's some crazy SEC matchups, man, that are just off the wall. That's going to happen. Missouri plays Kansas again, week 2, bringing back the border war. I don't think people realize those folks hate each other. It's good.
Yeah, I can pass on that one too. The likelihood of me watching that live is not happening. I'll watch it on PFF and grade it out.
What about Bama, Georgia, Smoke? Does the Tide still have Kirby's number?
I don't think so. Like I told you, I think Georgia beats Alabama this year. It happens.
What games are? What are those?
That's going on the road in Athens. Last year was close than a lot of people give it credit. But towards the end of that game, Georgia figured it out. Take away a great interception in the end zone. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia over Alabama this year. Sorry, Petty.
Iowa State and Kansas State. Someone asked what games are playing overseas. Oh no, is that Ephraim? Bless those people. We're sending Iowa State and Kansas State over there to them. Like, are we wanting them to not like football?
You said Iowa State.
Iowa State and Kansas State are what we're giving them to
Petty. Okay,
come on now.
I know that you're an SEC homer.
No, I like Kansas State. I'm good with, and I know Iowa State. They kind of had a run. Their coach probably should have taken the job when we had the opportunities. But
Rocco Beck.
Yeah, I'm an SEC. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an SEC guy. We probably should.
You guys got to stop this. Football is played west of the Mississippi as well too. You got to stop it. They play both teams are well coached, and they're going to give you a very good game.
Kansas State. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, both of those teams are going to give you a good game, bro.
But this is like look, I get it. Look, Smoke, in a vacuum, you are absolutely correct. Kansas State plays a damn good brand of football. Iowa State has been better the last several years. But if you're going over there to kind of expand the brand, is that the two you're wanting to send? Iowa State?
And again, you got to remember, Petty,
college football.
Everyone's not going to – you're not going to get Kirby to agree to go play Alabama in Ireland. I mean, they did that already with Notre Dame and Michigan. They got their taste of what it is. I would if I'm the AD, I would never go overseas. I mean, winning the game is tough to begin with. I don't need to go to Ireland to prove that I'm tough.
I think Florida State realized that was a stupid thing to do last year against Georgia. But we sent Florida State and Georgia Tech last year. I get that one. But,
yeah, man.
You think DJ Lagway might be the surprise of the QBs this year?
I don't know if he'll surprise anyone because I think he's talented. And I mean, what he did last year. So when I hear surprise, I mean someone that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's like a Ty Simpson.
Simpson would be a
Julian Sand, like something like that. You know what I mean? Like Malik Washington out of Maryland, like a young guy.
Does Austin Simmons, is he falling in the surprise?
There you go, Austin Simmons. He would throw in that surprise.
Well, your boy Roman was high on Austin Day at SEC Media Days.
Yeah. That's not a bad take.
He's not, well, and that's funny, and I agree with it. He's like, I don't know about the rest of the team, but I like this kid.
Everything that you read and if you study, there's a level of high success in a hit rate on Austin Simmons.
Yeah.
The way he's brought up, the way he studies the game, the tidbits that we saw in the glimpse, you're saying, okay, there's something there. It's almost like when you saw Tua. You didn't see a lot of him, but you saw enough to be like, yo, wait, I can't wait. But again, anticipation, you got to perform. You haven't done it all year or for an entire year. So I think it'll be fun. He'll be a surprise guy.
Now, and look, man, I get you I'm glad you're on the Nussmeier height now and the dude is solid, yada, yada. But, man, I don't know what you were watching last year because if you were watching the guy, he was, man, Nussmeier's like, I think people were down on LSU because their defense sucked so bad. And I don't know why people just didn't pay as much attention to LSU last year. But, man, Nussmeier makes every throw on the field. That he's the real deal, man. He's going to go in the first round. The guy can absolutely throw the ball. Still think Arch will flop. All right, man. Well, the percentages are in the DNA.
I just think people want to see like guys fail so much that they just jump in it.
I'll say this: if he doesn't,
why does people go ahead, Petty?
I'll say this about Arch: if he doesn't make it, it won't be because of pressure. It won't. Everybody's like, "There's so much pressure on this kid." Demanding you don't get that. Okay. You realize Peyton set the bar of college quarterbacks and was one of the best ever. His brother Eli came after. His brother Eli ended up being the #1 draft pick and winning a Super Bowl. Was he Peyton? No, but he didn't succumb to the pressure. Peyton came after his dad. This is the fourth. Like, if anything gets the kid, it won't be pressure. It'll just be because he simply wasn't what everybody thought he was. I have heard people like, man, the pressure may get. Nah, he's trained for that shit.
See, if he doesn't do it, when you've never. People are so afraid of pressure. Pressure is a good thing. That's the difference between dirt and diamond. Like a lot of people, a lot of people like to wear diamonds, but a bunch of y'all playing the dirt. So I ain't never gotten to the dirt game, bro. I've been on pressure cooker all my life, so it's okay. And like Arch, they said why? I heard someone say something crazy the other day. Why didn't he start over Quinn Ewers? Do y'all understand that? Eli didn't start at Ole Miss.
Not until his third year in the program.
No, he started as a redshirt freshman.
He redshirted. His redshirt freshman year, Romero was still there, and then he played his third year as a sophomore. He played sophomore, junior, and senior year as a starter.
Okay, so I'm going to say – so he came out in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So Miller – played his red shirt, his true freshman year. So Eli red shirt, and that was Miller's senior year.
Yeah.
The year after that, 2000, is when Eli played. And then 2001, 2002.
2001. He played 01, 02, and 03.
01, 02. Okay. Yeah. So again, like you can't measure someone not starting over a leader. And it's the same thing with when Cam Newton was at Florida. Like Cam was better. But
great.
there's a level of leadership that if your team is good enough, you don't want to mess that up just to throw the guy in. So for a young man to even understand that and still go through it and understand there's a growth level towards playing at the highest level, and I'm willing to learn from this, learn how to lead, learn how to do the things the right way, and not be butthurt because you're not playing. Like, I don't think people understand. That's something that I look at and like, awesome. Like you're learning. Like, you're going to get on the field. When you get on the field, you're going to be game ready instead of throwing you out there and not being ready to play. But when he got in, he played well. Like people don't understand. Like Quinn Ewers got benched. And Arch came in and did well against Georgia. So
I don't think
people want him to flop so they can say, "Oh, I told you so," but I haven't seen any reason why. And if he doesn't play this year, and he doesn't play great this year, what's not to say he'll come back and play and improve, just like Joe Burrow did. Like that's a part of the game, like improving.
It's like Mac Jones did, just
like
Garrett
Nussmeier did
this year. Like guess what? Look,
like
and I don't think you could have pointed out two better examples, and I'm not sure people know the insides of the Ole Miss one while Eli was there, but Romero Miller was – look, there's no argument who the better quarterback was. It was Eli Manning, and I think it was known in practice who the better was. But that team was Romero Miller's. Deuce McAllister, Terrence Metcalf, all those guys, Ronnie Hurd, Seneca Taylor, they all went to Ole Miss to play with Romero Miller, not Eli Manning. That
Correct.
was Romero's team. And Eli never even batted it out. He played, and – Cam Newton, look, I promise you, if you went to Florida's practice and it didn't take, you could be Ray Charles and heard what was going on and know that Cam Newton was practicing circles around Tim Tebow. And Cam will even tell you, but you turn the lights on, man, Tebow knew how to win a damn football game.
And it's leadership that you have to learn. Like when I was on campus, my last year, Tyler Watts was our starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew Brody was a better player.
By far.
But Brody couldn't go out there and lead us like Tyler did. And there's no reason to ruffle the feathers and say, "Oh, we're going to get rid of." Like there was, all you have to do is just get a set of plays for Brody and say, "Okay, Brody, these are yours." Like Keelan Russell is going to be the best quarterback on Alabama's campus.
Absolutely.
But he's not ready yet. So it's okay to sit down, learn how to play the game, and stay out of, man, you should be playing. Like nobody knows that they're ready until they're ready. When they're ready, you put them out and you get going.
And Knappy, I don't think that's necessarily a bad take. It actually raised a great debate about leadership, waiting turns, and stuff that a lot of people forget today. And look, man, kid may not make it. He ain't done it yet. He's still got to do it. But I'll be honest, I'll be more shocked if he doesn't, because look, you just don't grow up with what he's grown up with and have the tools he has in that mindset. Again, he may not, but I'm putting it all on red in Vegas that it's going to work out.
Petty, I was brainstorming today. I was on an interesting phone call with one of my guys, quarterback coach David Corley. That was the quarterback coach at Penn State for a while. He was at last place he was at Pittsburgh as assistant quarterback coach. And I was just giving him just my opinion on Aaron Rodgers, because that's right after I got off the phone with you.
Yeah.
And we went through it and said, "Oh, yeah, he trades off time." I was like, Petty, actually, statistically, he played well. It's just the Jets stunk. And I went back and studied Aaron. He's my favorite guy to throw the football.
Yeah.
But that's where I get caught up with the Magic Johnson talent, like lesser talent. But elite leadership and intangibles that get everybody to play up. So when you have them, you say, "Wow, I'd rather have that guy." Just like Tom Brady, his intangibles, like elite, physical skill set just above average, right? But guys that aren't physically gifted, but they have the ability to always prove a point and to always play outside of their skill set, those players usually get better. And those are the guys or players, I shouldn't say guys, just players that can now uplift others around them to play up, to surpass their skill set, because that's their why. Aaron Rodgers never got better after he won that Super Bowl. And I'm not saying he's an all-time great. But once he got to that, like, he plateaued, but his plateau is greatness.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So, unlike Tom, Peyton, those guys always found something to say, I'm going to get better at that. Like, Aaron was already great at all. So after that, yeah, he won some more MVPs, but he never got the others to play up to a level to where everyone was hunting him now to say, come get me. And I think that's the curse of greatness that Aaron Judge has, A-Rod has. Because they it's like, dude, you've been super talented all your life. Once you get there, like, there's nothing to say, like, you got to get better.
Right. And there was a reason, as great as he was, that people were always hesitant to put him ahead of Peyton or Tom, because Tom and them seemed to do it at those moments. Aaron Judge is a great one. As great as Aaron is, what happened when they got to the World Series? Shohei Ohtani was the one that took care of business in the times that mattered. So is he – that's an interesting take on certain guys and their greatness. But like you said, as great as Aaron was, no one was ever going to put him in. He's a better talent than Tom Brady. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's not even close.
He's a much better talent than Tom Brady.
It's the same thing with, like, Dan Marino.
And
like, as talented as the throw of the football that guy was, people didn't play up to the point that said, I'm never going to disappoint you because I know what you do. And I'm not saying those guys don't work hard, but it's just a missing intangible that those guys have that Kobe has it. Shaq does not. Kobe has it. Shaq does not. Larry Bird has it. Magic has it. Charles Barkley, not so much. Michael, 1,000%, just because if you let him down, you got some problems. And you got to come see me.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter's a great example of this.
Right?
He was never A-Rod in the stat column. He was not even Nomar Garcia-Parra in the stat column.
There you go. Like, and that's what I believe, like, make great coaches. Like Nick. Nick drives something. Like, you're so pissed off at this dude. You're like, man, I'm going to show you. That gets players to play higher than what their capability is. Coach Sweeney, I don't want to let this guy down.
There's no doubt about that. And that's
so I'm going to do everything not to let him down. Kirby inspires because infectious love. And you know that guy cares so much about you that I'm willing to do anything. But there's certain guys that when they get teams, loaded teams, they still can't win because those players don't play up. Like, I sat there and I watched the NBA draft, not to go back to Summer League, but all 5 Duke players got drafted. All 5, starting 5 got drafted. And you're telling me that Kelvin Sampson's ragtag group, and I think Coach Sampson did a phenomenal job.
No, but they don't have the talent of not even on
right.
You're talking about talent levels, not coach. Yeah.
He inspired those guys to play a brand of basketball that defeated 5 NBA draft picks.
Great point.
Rutgers had 2 players taken in the top 5, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, and you didn't even get into the tournament. Like, you have to inspire somebody else to do something greater than what they're supposed to do. That's what a coach is supposed to do. And that's what great players and leaders are supposed to do. And sometimes we all run and, oh my God, this guy runs fast, jump high, and scores all these buckets. But if you can't find that one little intangible that get players to play above who they are, then that player is going to be a great player, but he's not going to be an all-time great, a.k.a. Kevin Durant.
And that's what spurred our debate today. I was saying, does he have any tread? And you said, Petty, check out his stats from last year. And I'm like, well, I kind of paid attention. He's with the Jets. And then obviously I didn't. I looked at his stats, and I mean, they're not far off. I mean, they're 200 yards below his 21 last year with the Packers. Or
his MVP years.
Yeah, where he was putting up 37. I mean, he threw 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. It's not far off. It's not like the Russell Wilson type dip over the past 3 or 4 years. But that's the question. When you go to the Jets, it don't matter. You're just riding off to the sunset, getting numbers, getting a paycheck. But the Steelers are an organization that is a championship organization. They want to win Super Bowls, titles. And then you go with Rodgers. What's he got left in the tank? Can he actually bring – because like you said, he's not one necessarily –
He's not Tom Brady going down to Tampa. And
a great example.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to – when all your physical skill set leaves, or there's a slight drop off in play, there's a group of really, really good players that need something. It's on you to inspire that group to play above their level of play. I know what it takes. If I tell the world, they'll have the secret sauce. I'm not going to do that. But there are players that you look at and you're like, how did Jalen Hurts, everywhere he goes, he's not the best, but the guy wins. He finds a way to get it done. And I think that leads into our top 10 quarterback that ESPN came out with.
I wish I'd have said it before the show. I thought I said it on the show, but we were talking about it before. O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates just went. He just took the lead with 21 homers. But they were talking about going in. He had the lowest total of any guys in it. But they threw up a stat. And when you asked me who was my pick, I was going to go with him because they showed a stat of players since 2015 that have exit velos of 120 plus. Only 2 players have 120 plus exit velos or have done it more than once. And that's Giancarlo Stanton and O'Neal Cruz. Giancarlo's done it 16. Cruz has done it 6. Everybody else, like Aaron Judge, has only done it once. Ohtani hasn't even done it. This O'Neal Cruz has got like 6 exit velos of 120 plus. So
that's ripping it.
He just popped 21 bombs and hit 513. So
that's just you just splitting the ball in half. That's just every single time.
That is just 120 exit velo with a wooden bat. I don't even. That is.
Yeah, Petty, you put your left hand up. I think you'd be running around with a nub.
But no, back to your point. I wanted to throw that out because we said we were going to get some live updates from this home run derby. Maybe not the start part. Maybe you need to be watching those. These dudes are slinging the hell out of it right now. But like you said, Smoke, you sent me a list of the top 10 quarterbacks ranking in the NFL right now. And I guess I'm going to shoot through it and see if you agree or disagree. I mean, there's some young names hopping up there, some old names hanging on. Number 1, I mean, look, he's king until otherwise. That's Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Allen. Can't argue there, I don't think. Number 3 right now, Joe Burrow, which I think you could obviously argue him maybe in the 1 or 2 right now. Look at the damn numbers that dude's putting up. Lamar, number 4. Jaden Daniels sliding in number 5, year 2. Does he have that sophomore slump coming? I know we've got to pay attention to that. Matthew Stafford's old butt still hanging in there, slinging it. Is it? I say Hebert because Bobby Hebert played for the Saints. I think it's Herbert. It's Herbert, but I call him Hebert. He's up there. Jared Goff still hanging in. Jalen Hurts at number 9, and Baker at number 10. Do you agree with that list, Smoke? Anybody they left off or got in the wrong spot?
You know what, Petty? My good friend Jim Monis and I, we always talk about quarterback. He was the assistant GM, DPP for the Buffalo Bills from 14 to 18. And we were just talking about it. And honestly, I think there's a top 3. And I think there's everybody else in terms of that 4 to 11 range or 12 range.
I think I agree with you.
You know,
I think 1 through 3 are in a league of their own right now.
Yeah, and again, the only thing that I would say that differs between Joe, Josh, and Patrick. Joe's had maybe not even arguably the best receivers in terms of in the NFL in the last 3 years with T. Higgins and
Chase. Chase's.
And he's actually beaten Patrick Mahomes head to head and gone to the Super Bowl. But I mean, that's super elite talent at the skill position with an already crazy accurate anticipatory throw of the football in Joe. But I would say I would give the number one spot. And I think if you say Josh or Patrick, it's in terms of last year, if we're coming off of last year playing, I would say Josh was a better quarterback. And
based off if we're going just off last year rolling into this season, I would give it to Allen.
Right. And Josh has outplayed Patrick when they played head to head. Like Josh has left the field 3 times, winning the game. Like that's all I can do as a quarterback. As many times as you give me the ball, I'm going to put my team ahead. Even last year, when he didn't recognize that the cornerback blitz coming off to his right hand side, he still eluded and got outside the pocket, scrambled, threw a dart to Dalton Kincaid, which hit him in his hands.
Oh yeah,
right, and he dropped it. Which one of his teammates said one of the greatest things, like, dude, own it. Once you own it, you're better. Like, you dropped it. So he catches that ball. Come on. 13 seconds to tie a game up. I can't do nothing with that. He threw a ball and hit Steph Diggs right in his hands. Steph dropped it.
Yeah.
You win those games. So we're not talking about Patrick maybe not going to the Super Bowl. It might be a Josh thing. But once you get to like Lamar, like I'm good on Lamar. Like I don't want to hear anything about Lamar Jackson until he shows up in the playoffs. Like I'm done. I don't. He's the greatest.
For Josh.
Ephraim
says Lamar will win a Super Bowl before Allen.
Yeah, fine. Like he that's what he thinks. There's no reason why anyone would believe that. Lamar Jackson's had the better team.
He's got a much better team.
Like much better team. Like he has the best team.
Like give Allen that talent around him. Holy crap,
bro! Give him a defense that can not allow Patrick Mahomes to come back. Like I can't. Like Josh can't play defense against Patrick.
But hey, to play devil's advocate, Smoke, and you look over the 5-year picture. But that's the problem. If you give him any window, 30 seconds. It seems like 30 seconds is almost too much time.
Listen, I said he's a Terminator. I told everybody that I fear him more than Tom Brady. Everybody said I was crazy until you saw that stat.
I mean, you can't kill the beast, Mahomes.
Like, bro, but again, when Josh has left the field, his team has had the lead off of the right shoulders of Josh Allen. I can't say the same for Lamar. Like Lamar's played pathetic in the playoffs. So I can't say he's going to get a Super Bowl before him because like the defense loaded. You can't have a 1,900-yard runner.
Well, what we're talking about with Allen and Mahomes, again, Allen keeps putting Mahomes in the spot to have to score with them 30 seconds left. I want to see Lamar. Like, I don't know if I trust Lamar in those situations.
You don't have to say you don't. You don't trust him.
I don't.
Right? He's the greatest fantasy quarterback and regular season quarterback maybe of all time. But he's lost those moments. Those moments that, like, Josh made the NFL create the new overtime rule. It's a Josh Allen rule that I have to get the ball back because the guy across from me, Patrick Mahomes, is going to get me until you give me a chance. I got to get a chance too. Because if Patrick gets it, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's BS.
It's over. So that's a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes rule.
Because
both of those guys are so good. you have to keep seeing it.
Yeah.
They didn't make that rule for Lamar because he's out of it. He's out of it. He's lost. He's playing horrible. Turning the ball over. His best games are in the regular season. Like I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels. I don't like
he's
ranking.
The one that I think could work his way up into we'll see what he does this year, but if he keeps progressing, Smoke, he can throw his name in that hat, man. The kid, shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't talk about rookie. I don't talk about rookies. But it's hard because CJ Stroud had the same like remarkable year. Then he had that. It wasn't even a slump. It's just you have to give defensive coordinators at least a year to study and then come show me what you got. Talent is there.
I want to see Jaden after the best in the world, which are NFL defensive coordinators, have film on him and see if they can find his tendencies or not. Well, the tape will tell. If he puts up another year like last year, then you do start putting him in. Like then the conversation's legit. Is Jaden Daniels one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the NFL? Because just based off last year again, but it was a rookie. You want to see the sophomore slump, but good God, what he was able to do at Washington. Look, man, Allen Mahomes is the most must-see football there is right now. I don't give a shit what you say.
Absolutely.
Jaden Daniels made the Commanders must-watch football by the end of last season.
Agreed.
If you weren't watching it, it was unfreaking believable theater watching that kid.
And Justin Herbert is another guy that I think that talent-wise he's there. Like he's in the conversation, but again, there's something missing. At every level, he wasn't a reason why. And when you're that talented, at some point you got to say, I'm the reason why. And again, receivers dropped a ton of balls. The infrastructure in terms of coach, front office wasn't right for him. So now he got Harbaugh. And this is year 2. So we should see a jump. When he had Keenan Allen out there as one of his number 1 targets and Mike Williams, good. When Pep Hamilton had him as the quarterback coach, damn good rookie year. Like that's the best he's played. So Herbert is a guy that I believe he's in that conversation, just like with Jared Goff and Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield. Throw Dak Prescott in there. They're all in that category.
I'm interested to see what Dak does this year, man. He's fully healthy. I want to see what kind of comeback Dak can have.
What do you mean? You remember when he came off that injury and he was healthy?
Yeah.
2 good receivers. He finished second in MVP vote.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. To have a hamstring injury in your season and just be off and rusty, I want to see. I'm interested to see because he's got the offense around him. That could be one that people aren't paying attention to. That Dak could kind of have a pretty damn good comeback year. And I think
the Cowboys are going to be. A lot of people aren't picking the Cowboys to be a sneaky team, but I think they can sneak in.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think if people are because of the injury aren't paying attention or it kind of put them off. I don't know. I'm like you. I think Dallas can be a little sneaky. Brian Russell, man, I gotta mention it because he's bringing up my guy, and this is when I fanboy out. You think I fanboy out over Eli? This is where I really fanboy. I was watching some old footage of Elway on YouTube the other day. What an arm! And Tough as Nails was just saying prior to that was Elway's problem. No team around him. Yeah, I mean he had Ricky Natil, the 3 Amigos, Sammy Winder. There wasn't much around there until he got Shannon Sharp and Terrell Davis, and that's when he finally won his Super Bowls when he had a run game.
But again, like John had that it.
He had it.
Like
I think Elway, I hope he doesn't get lost in the Brady, Manning, this new era, Mahomes, Allen, guys that are
he gets lost.
Like he doesn't need to get lost because he's as good as any of them.
Yeah, because again, like the Denver Broncos went to 2 Super Bowls?
Before they went
before they won the 2 in a row?
Before they won their 2 in a row, they lost 4. Okay, they lost to the Giants, they lost to Washington, they lost to San Francisco. Okay, they lost 3. So they lost. So
they lost to the Giants. They lost to Giants.
They lost to Phil Simms and the Giants. They lost to Doug Williams and
the Redskins.
The Redskin Commanders, whatever we want to call them.
No, it was the Redskins at that time.
Redskins at that time. And then, of course, the blitzing of the 49ers in the 89s. 88,
so again, that guy took a bunch of others.
Nobodies.
right? I ain't gonna say nobody's because
not nobody's, but look, go back and
Bobby
watch.
Humphrey was on that team. Knock it off. Come on.
Okay, yeah, but that's kind of in between. He got hurt.
Steve Wilson was on that team. Jeremiah Castile was on that. You got to.
They also had some receivers.
Orange Crush. Come on, you got to stop it.
You Carl Mecklenburg and those guys. But they also had some receivers that looked like me, Smoke.
Huh?
They had a receiver when he first got there that looked like me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he had it. He elevated others.
I know.
To play at their highest level. He just ran up on.
He did have Bobby. And Sammy Winder was good.
Yeah, I mean, he had some. Listen, with what he had, he did the best that he could have. That's all you can ask. Like 3 Super Bowls, being the best player in the AFC at that time, he was.
Yeah.
And he took that team and ran with it. It's just like when Patrick Mahomes, okay, we're going to give Tyreek Hill. Okay, I'm going to destroy the NFL. We're going to take Tyreek Hill away from you. I'm still going to get it because I got Travis. So it's always those guys that have that intangible, always proving others wrong, irregardless of how great that I am, will always have their team playing at their best when it's time to, because they demand so much out of themselves that you're going to have to meet me and chin over the bar every single time. That's why you see coaches like Sean McDermott. And I thought when I met Sean for the first time and we're working out together, I said, bro, your energy that you have in this building right now, it's going to make everybody else have to pony up and come on up. And if they don't, I already know you're going to give them the hook. But like coaches like that, like when you walk, like Andy Reid, when you're around guys like that, like there's a level. If I don't get to it, I'm done. And you got to get there. That's what greatness, not just great player, greatness, you have to live up to.
That's right. Man, you talk about sneaky teams. I do want to bring this up. Number 10 on that list. I'm going to have to talk about this guy because, man, he's one that he got pushed around to several different organizations, and he kind of just – you can't get rid of the guy. And the more you see about him, because I'm down here in Tampa with him, he's really a likable damn guy. Baker Mayfield is loved by his teammates. Tampa Bay is also one of those organizations that kind of disappear at times. But if you haven't been paying attention, out of nowhere, they'll build this thing. And I know Brady, but I think Tampa could be a little damn dangerous this year. And Baker is one that I think he raises guys around.
Yes. Like if you talk to any one of Baker's, and I'm not a huge believer in Baker. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that he's not. It's just me.
Yeah.
But the guys that played, that his teammates, like they'll tell you, like Baker's one of those guys. I had a conversation with Rakim Jarrett, former Maryland great, now with Tampa Bay, and he's like, Baker's just a guy that you don't want to let down because he's the same guy that will chew you out in terms of being in the right place at the right time, but sit down and have a beer with you and just kick it and have fun. And those are the things that when you are a teammate, you don't want to let that guy down because you know that he's invested in you as a person. So why am I going to let him down not doing what I have to do when I have to do it? And even if I have to do a little bit more, I'm going to because I know he would do the same for me.
Good stuff, man. We got a couple of questions. Yeah, again, there's some teams I'm intrigued in. The comeback, what Dak can come back with, what Baker can do. The NFL is going to be quarterback situation in the NFL is what I feel like it was when we were growing up. Everybody likes the yesteryear, but the quarterback situation in the NFL right now is as good as it's ever been. There's some dudes. And look, man, we didn't even get into I'm very intrigued with the whole damn New York Giants situation. You got everybody keeps talking about Dart, but great. But you've got Russell Wilson and the man that loved everybody's favorite interview right now. You saw him over in Africa dancing, doing the tribal dances, Jameis Winston.
Neither one of those got it.
Do we see them all year? Does Russell, is this just
two good backups?
Dart? What are they doing?
Backups. They're both backups. Right now in their careers, they're backups.
But they get you out of high. They're not throwing Dart in that fire, really. I know people aren't.
I'm going to say the only chance that my good friend Brian Dayball and my former colleague Joe Shane truly have is get to about 500 midway during the season or maybe 3/4 of the way through. And if there's some way, somehow stable, you just take the young guy and you put him in the fire and say, listen, let's cook. And hopefully there's 5 games left for the season. You win your first one, you lose your second, you go on a 3-game run where you're taking off. That now buys you time. And those guys will stay in New York. But if you don't give the fan base and ownership some type of hope that this is the quarterback of our future, and it's hard to say that he is if he's didn't show you anything. And in practice, we can all say, "Oh man, he looks great in practice," but
yeah, come on,
we want to see in the game.
I don't. That's why.
And if you're telling me that J-Bo and Danger Russ or whatever, yeah, I'm kind of over Russell right now. I'm Russelled out.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I've actually been at for a couple years.
I'm solid.
I've been over Russell for a few years, actually. Before we get to this question, man, poor Jazz Chisholm, who got selected for the Yankees again, judge it and doing it, so they got this guy. He basically pulled a Mike Piazza, and if you know what that means, Mike Piazza went to his first 3 home run derbies and got the goose egg. He was in that 94 one with Griffey and Thomas and didn't hit any, but he only got 10 pitches. This guy just got 40 and only hit 3, so he pretty much Mike Piazza'd it.
He swallowed the New York apple. Choke. All right, so here's the question. What will the Seahawks do with Milroe? I think Milroe's going to get a shot.
Is he?
Yeah, if not this year, at some point, depending on where they're at, he's in future plans. But Milroe is another guy that he didn't get people to play up for him. That was one of my biggest things. Even when he went through his trials and tribulation of when they had Ty Simpson playing at the South Florida game, and they brought him in, I thought that was when he was at his peak of having his guys wanting him in there. But towards the season last year, I didn't see him being able to galvanize a group of good players to play above their skill set. And I think that's super important for leaders, especially at the quarterback position. So if Milroe can get put in a position where Russell Wilson was put in, where he didn't have to do that because their defense and their run game was so dominant and they were led so much by their head coach and Richard Sherman and Bobby Wagner and Cam Chancellor.
Shady.
All those good players.
Marshawn, Beast Mode.
Beast Mode. They didn't need him. And once all those guys left Seattle, you started to see that, he ain't that guy. He's not. The leadership and all that, nah, that ain't him. He went to Denver and all those guys. I've never seen anything like it.
No, it's it was
guys man, enough, go away. Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think Milroe's talented, but there's something missing with him.
And I think quirkiness works in the locker room when you're just stupid, the guy. And when you're not stupid, the guy, the quirkiness rubs people the wrong way.
Bro, if it's not authentic.
Yeah.
And if you're just a cornball.
Yeah.
The guys are like, all right, man, enough, bro.
It's a good question.
Enough. Just be one of us.
You can never know what someone's going to turn into if they got it. But I will say this. You can say, hey, well, based off what their skill set is, they've got the ability. And I think there's no doubt that Jahai Campbell has every tool to be a great NFL running back. I think he has a chance to be a great with the Eagles.
But, there's a but.
But what's the but?
Injuries. Injured guys stay injured. And it's always something. Even when he was at Bama, it was something. So it's not like you're not gonna. Most of the time, if you're always banged up, there's an old saying: "Injured guys stay injured." And every year, instead of getting better, you're gonna rehab. Instead of owning your craft, you're rehabbing. So you're never ever getting past step 7. Because as soon as you get to 8, it's a setback of injuries. As soon as you get to 8 again, so unless he can shake this injury bug, I think he's going to be a solid player, good player. where he was drafted, and it's nothing bad. Every now and then a Pro Bowl. But when you say great, you're putting him into the category of like Sugar Ray and those guys like that. That's what I think great is.
And a lot of people do have issues shaking the bug, but there's a few examples. I guess one that, and I know this is, I hate to pull, but Patrick Willis struggled with injuries all through college, and he really didn't in the NFL, but he did retire early because all the lingering ones he didn't want to keep dealing with. Campbell's one.
How many years did Patrick play? 7?
Yeah, he only played 7 or 8.
Yeah, so again, injury, like he was really, really good for a short period of time.
But
you didn't see a longevity, like greatness.
It hampers you.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, I'm not knocking him. I think he could have been the best linebacker
of all time.
Off the ball linebacker of all time. That's a category that he was getting in. And again, I'm going to throw one out there. The most underrated linebacker that's not in the Hall of Fame of the modern era. I'm not talking about Pepper Johnson should be in there. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about 2010s on Navarro Bowman.
Oh, wow.
Like Navarro need to get in.
Another one was in that same linebacking core with that dude was
absolutely like if you close your eyes, you couldn't tell the difference between the 3 and the 2.
Nope. You could not. That's a guy.
And if people don't know, I think Michael Beasley said this on a pod. Navarro is a hell of a basketball player. Yeah, man, something high. Like, bro, that's what we do in the DMV, man. We do it all. We hoop, we play back, we play football. Like, Navarro was a hell of a running back too. But I think he's a budding Hall of Famer. He's out there now coaching with the Los Angeles Chargers, doing a heck of a job. Started out his coaching career at Maryland. Coach Losty got him in. Great mentorship. Phenomenal recruiter when he was with us. But just a great talent in terms of IDing it and knowing it and being able to relate to the players.
Probably one of the low-key best linebacking cores you saw hit up the NFL.
Absolutely.
I mean, look how fast they figured out. For a quarterback to be able to throw for 5,000 yards a year and nobody want him, there got to be something wrong in the locker room, right?
Bro, there's always something.
There's always, yeah, you're right.
It's injuries, right? So in 2000,
always someone car.
Like he's always there, but it's just like
that's what man. When he got to New Orleans, like he's putting up these crazy numbers, but there's still something.
He did it. He did it with the Raiders. Then it's like, what is it? It's always something.
Always something. Well, the NFL owners get their 18 regular season games, or will players lock out? I'm assuming you mean lockout.
Listen, players, long as you give them their money, they're fine. All right. Give them another game check, they'll play.
Calling glass, man.
Look at.
Yeah, and look how good. I mean, it's NFL's a different animal, man.
Even for the player,
you got to be a different breed.
B. Russell, I'm gonna tell you like this: playing the line off the ball inside linebacker position in the NFL, and we just talked about Patrick Willis retiring year 7 or year 8. Navarro Bowman having an outstanding career, but injuries got him towards it because Navarro's not a huge individual.
Mm-mm.
So after a period of time of just having car wreck for 300-pounders, it's a wear and tear on your body. And that's why I'm saying Campbell going in with you don't want a shoulder as a linebacker. Because that's what that's work. Like your shoulder is what you do all day. Get off, disengage, so if you got a banged up shoulder and you're going into your rookie year because you got it's not going to get better right away. It's always going to be something pounding over a period of time. So I'm in the executive chair. The likelihood of me giving him a second contract, a big contract, not likely because I know his injury history. But to get him on a 4-year and 5-year deal as a rookie, yeah, I'll do that. But I know I don't got him after year 5. I'll let somebody else take him.
You remember Bruce Carter injuries ended his short career.
Do you remember Bruce Carter's injuries ended his short career? Bruce Carter. I don't.
The name.
I don't, tough as nails.
No, I'm going to have to go. You got us tough. You got us tan.
Is that the same Bruce Carter that played with that went to North Carolina?
I'm not for the I'm not for the. Why am I thinking Bills, Bruce Carter?
Nah. Where'd he go to school?
I do look. So Bruce. Okay, played for
Cowboys.
Played for the Cowboys.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bruce Carter. Now you didn't get me tough as nails. Bruce Carter played on the same team with Zach Brown, linebacker out of Maryland. I coached against this team because this is one of the most talented teams. This is the Butch Davis, North Carolina team that got in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
My guy, Andre Roberts, we played him. The Citadel played against North Carolina, went crazy on them. I want to say the D tackle got drafted in the first round. He's from out of the collegiate school out of D.C. The great John Blake was a defensive line coach. Leonard was Little was the receiver on that team, and T.J. Yates was the quarterback. That's a team that got put on suspension, but they were loaded. Quinn. What's Quinn's name out of South Carolina? Defensive end, edge rusher that went to the Rams. And then Quentin Coples, the other edge rusher that played for the New York Jets. Zach Brown, Bruce Carter, linebacker. The defensive tackle, New York Giants drafted him. He's from out of D.C. Either way, yeah, Bruce Carter. So, yeah, he was a beast. I agree. And Zach Brown, matter of fact, signed him in free agency in Buffalo, comes over, leads the team in tackles, and goes to the Pro Bowl that same year that we signed Colt Anderson and Lorenzo Alexander. One of my faves. Sorry, tough as nails. You didn't get me. Try next week. It only takes a little second for me to hit that refresh button, the same one that y'all should be hitting on y'all old-time favorites.
For some reason, I saw Bruce Carter and Bruce Smith was the only thing that could pop in my head.
No.
Why is Bruce Smith the one? No.
But yeah, Bruce was in Zach were like built running back type looking guys, but they were like super athletes that could run, if I could remember. Like Zach could run and Bruce can run, chase and hit linebackers. But that's, you know what? That should be a 30 for 30 team.
Bruce Carter?
That North Carolina team. They got put on suspension. Just the talent of that team. If you go back and just look at that roster, if you got a second just to Google.
Wait, was that post Peppers or?
Yeah, that was like 2010, 11. That's the Butch Day. That's the North Carolina team that got put on probation, and John Blake got in trouble. Butch Davis got in trouble. T.J. Yates was the starting quarterback, and then Little was the receiver.
I remember Little.
Yeah, the running backs, good running back. That whole starting offensive line. That's what Cooper. Sam Pittman coached that offensive line.
Good gracious.
I think 4 out of 5 of those players all started in the NFL.
I don't remember that North Carolina team being.
I'm telling you, Google it right now, bro.
I'm going to have to go back and research because, like,
they need to do a third.
Apparently, there's a hole in my memory where that North Carolina team does not exist. And maybe because
Lenore Searcy,
yeah,
safety that got drafted by the Bills. That if there's 22 on that team, I'm going to say at least 18 got drafted.
I'm going to have to go back and again. I feel like I took something that blanked my memory from that program. That's crazy as crap.
Smoke, which do you prefer? Personnel manager, NFL, or college team? I truly love the college space just because it's untapped, and I'm a creative person, and I like to go in and tinker, especially with new rules, different little applications that I have for salary cap, roster management, retention of players, researching players from other teams that might go into the portal, the development and growth of high school players, being able to project So that side of the college part of it makes my wheels turn a whole lot faster than the cut and dry Control Alt Delete formula of the NFL.
And I'll say this just from my observations of Smoke, I'll give my take as well. I think Smoke does very good in the relationship side, which helps in the NFL. But there's still an element of they're there and they kind of got it. You're not doing as much mentoring. And just from my perception of watching you interact with kids on our show versus other guys, you really enjoy that mentorship side.
I love it.
Of taking a young kid that maybe comes from a different background and because you can relate to that. And that maybe that's just my perception.
My dream job would be a teacher. I love teaching. I love coaching. I love teaching, but they just don't pay enough. If they're paying $500,000, I'll go teach in any daggone school system in the world and just be a high school Hank.
Them
checks ain't cutting like that. You gotta go down to South Georgia or something like that.
I didn't love it enough for the paycheck, I don't guess.
No, listen, I love a lot, but I ain't gonna love the ones that hurt. And if I can't afford my lifestyle, I got a lot of people that I gotta take care of. And the girls that I'm married to and that I've helped create, they're into some expensive things, man. So I gotta uphold it and keep up with them. So that's where we're at right now.
I understand.
I'm like you, Petty. Unlike you, unlike me, Petty. See, I'm in Nashville or Hendersonville, and I'm not on the water like you. I'm not intercoastal, where I can see water every day, and I can go outside and fish. Oh. It's not right outside my backyard. It's around the corner. There's a pond.
Just a lake. I don't live on the ocean.
Yeah, lake, ocean. The ocean water runs into the lake, so it's salt after a while. I mean, you're living the dream, man. I'm just trying to hold up.
Agree with that.
Bobby Carpenter, AJ Hawk, really good players, man.
I agree. Teachers deserve to pay. We should be paying teachers what the professional athletes make, and it should be.
Hey, listen, I'd love to say that, but teachers. The good side of my brain wants to say yes, right? But the right side of my brain understands that if you are a teacher and you can have a lecture with 110,000
you're going back to the program speech. Look, when you do a science project and 80,000 people come up, we'll give a shit. Until then, they're coming to watch us ball.
And then people watch on TV, so that's the millions, and I mean millions of people around the world watching. Hey, Petty, this home run derby ain't making me move, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's. I mean, Cruz got 21.
This
Byron Mouton
for the Braves.
Did I ever tell you my Mouton story?
Nah.
Oh God. Okay.
Mouton, the one that hit like 5 home runs. Didn't he hit like 4 home runs in one game?
Yeah. So. And just fact check me on this, Petty. Why? Okay, so Byron Mouton is from Appleton County, Georgia. Just if he's not from there, just say Smoke, you're lying. But check it out. I think that's where he was at because I was recruiting South Georgia. This is when I think this is my second or third year at the Citadel. So I'm on the daggone road recruiting, only making like 10 grand a year, bro. I was happy. I was coaching. I didn't care. I just had finished playing, so I wasn't hunting for no money. So I go to Appleton County High. I forget the head coach. And, before I went into any school, I always watch the tape. Mm. So he played football. So I'm like, what the heck? So first stop, I'm going from Charleston. I'm going straight to Appleton County because he's my number one target. Get out there. Whew. I'm ready to go. I'm like, coach, he don't got no offers. It's like, nah. I was like, yeah, well, coach, get him down here so I can talk to him, man. I think I might have found a diamond in the rough, a gem that nobody knows about. He's like, all right, Smoke, I get it. Awesome job. You did your research. Yeah, but he's going to be the number one pick in the baseball draft.
I'm glad you put that time on him. He's not going to play a snap.
He ain't going to play it down. He's one of the best players in the state. But yeah, he's gonna be the number one pick. So don't even worry about wasting your time. I was like, damn, you could have told me this over the phone.
To your credit, though, I'm gonna give you a little benefit of the doubt here. Major League, that whole deal with high school players, it's so different with baseball because you can go after a kid and not have a clue that, oh hell, he's about to be in the top 5 picks in the Major League Baseball draft. There was a center fielder from Mississippi a few years back, kid named Joey Gray, that just. And I remember getting so excited about him, wide receiver, and someone finally chimed in like, hey, have you dumbasses watched him play baseball? I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you look his name up in baseball, and he was the number 1 prospect in high school. Like, oh, it's kind of hard to find that sometimes. So I'll give you some.
Yeah, man. I should have back then if I would have jumped on the computer, I would have been all of it. But yeah, he committed to go to Georgia. I was like, But yeah, it's from Baxley, Georgia, Appleton County High. So.
I've heard of Appleton County.
Yeah, the brain is still kind of working. Tough as nail tried to get me, so now I'm in like
it's not the synapses firing. It's just we're on.
Now I got the what do they call it? The fiber going through right now, the highest level. All right, here we go. My whole family's educators. They know that they're getting it.
Well, we appreciate them because it's tough, man.
It's a calling, yeah.
It is because man, I don't think people realize what some of our educators, some of the like. There's some. That's a tough damn job, man.
I love teaching, Petty. Listen, bro. I love it. It
mainly because they got to put up with people like me and you a lot of their time.
Yeah, bro. Listen. We're not that bad. We're driven. We're driven, bro. And I
Tennessee Titans at the golf tournament I played in. I actually played with a Tennessee Titans scout who graduated from Alabama.
Yeah,
player, my man Smokes got him on speed dial. We're gonna try to get him on, see if he can tell us some.
We should. So here's a crazy thing, Petty. My daughter always says it. It's like, Dad, wherever you go, you always know somebody. So we're at we went to Rehoboth Beach. And that's in Delaware. My good buddy Jim Monison met up with him, his mom, dad, his brother's 2 kids, and Jim's son Walter. So my sister, her husband, and her 2 kids, and Stacia and I and the 3 kids, we go out there. So they leave and we gotta get a family picture. So I see like a group of people over there. So I'm like, is anybody gonna go over there? I'm like, Stacia, you should go over there. It's an easier conversation for you if you go over there. Some ladies over there that you guys have a lot in common. I was being funny. Like you guys look a whole lot alike. If I go over there, they might be thinking like, hey, first of all,
don't look alike.
Ain't too many out there. So either way, they're like, no, Dad, not the Stacy's like, no, I ain't doing it. My sister's like, I ain't doing it. My daughter's like, Dad, you go ahead. So I go over there. And I'm like, hey, listen, they just sent me over here because they're afraid of you guys not wanting to come over and like ask for a picture. But can you take a family picture for us? She's like, heck yeah. And she comes over, takes a bunch of pictures. I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right, cool. Do you want us to take a picture? She's like, no, we got it. We're good. But either way, she's like, so I was like, where y'all from? She's like, oh, we're from Montgomery County. I was like, ding, ding, ding. We're Montgomery County kids. What high school? She's like, oh, I went to Seneca Valley. I was like, Paint Branch greatest, next to Darnell. And my sister's like, oh, yeah, Springbrook. Hey, shut up with the Springbrook crap. Either way, I was like, so don't take this wrong, but how old are you? She's like, da da da. And I had my Maryland stuff on. She's a graduate from Maryland too. So she's like in her 44. So we're the same age. She's like, damn, I played against, like, I could never beat Seneca Valley. I was like, do you know the Kellys, John Kelly? She's like, yeah. I had a math class with John. I was like, yeah, John's one of my good friends. The best public high school coach in the state of Maryland, Prince George's High School, John Kelly. I know everybody's going to hate me for it, but numbers prove it, record proves it. Shout out to the Kelly family. Chris Kelly, one of the greatest football players in the state of Maryland. So either way, Diane and I was like, yeah, we both know John Kelly. So I called John, hey, John, FaceTime. It's like, yeah. Then her friend comes over. It's like, oh, yeah, I had math class with your wife. So we had like a big fun group conversation just off of just going over and saying hi. My daughter's like, "Oh, you always know everybody." I'm like, I just open my mouth and I say hi.
I get the same accusations from my daughter, but I'll be honest. I've learned that there's two names I can now name drop when I'm in group settings of people that are in the same business or circles that we kind of run in, which means sports. Or so I'm at a golf course.
Yeah,
Tyler Siskey. So I'm at this golf course, and they pair me up with this group, and I'm starting to get to know the guys. And this guy's Wes Salter, Wes Slayer. He's a scout for the Titans. And so I mentioned, hey, I got a show with a former scout for the Bills, first college GMs. But, I know Gerald Dixon. So y'all got on FaceTime. And then I happened to mention, I was like, well, if you're in the scout and you know this, do you know Tyler Siskey? He's like, well, I'm about to FaceTime him now, and we're FaceTiming him on the golf course. So in any of these circles, I can either say Smoke Dixon or Tyler Siskey. And someone's come like, yeah, I got him on speed dial, right?
Say Siskey first. Siskey's way more famous than I am. I ain't even famous. Siskey's the guy.
Now, and look, speaking of, Siskey is the guy. He knows damn everybody. Speaking of, I'm at the event. Jake Coker walks in, and we've had Jake. One night I hosted him on the Bama Standard, which is tomorrow night. Our buddy Justin was out. So I sauntered over to shake hands, to meet him in person. And we're small talking. And we, of course, have Siskey in common as well. And I sent Siskey a few texts cutting up. But this is for the Bama fans. Bama fans, PSA. Brody Kroll is awesome. Awesome quarterback. Boy, he did some great things for Alabama. But for the love of God, Jake Coker won a national title and actually beat Auburn. So when you see him at a bar, don't ask him if he's Brody Kroll. And somebody came up to him the other night at B-Dubs and said, are you Brody Kroll? Well, first of all, Brody's not 6'5". Jake Coker is one tall.
Jake Cole's a tall guy.
They don't even look the same, not the same height to anybody, but God bless you, Bama fans. Is like, hey, you Brody.
I think Jake Coker is one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks in Alabama history. He won a national title. Bama's supposed to lose that game against Clemson.
Yes.
Like he played his butt off that night. And Nick called the great onside kick to get the ball back
in college football history.
But he still that whole year he played damn good football.
No, he played gutty. He came in. Look, I was there. Last ball game I ever went to with my dad, Bryant Denny Stadium, Ole Miss, Alabama. You know, Barnett starts that night. Bama's in turmoil. Ole Miss goes up really big. Bama, if there was time left in that game, Jake Coker was bringing Alabama back with the damn thunder that night. And that was Coker that he took over the team. And after the game, and he talked about this on our show, he was all broken up about it. And so I can't remember what player. It was one of the players came over and grabbed him and said, hey, man, this is your team. We got you, buddy. And if you paid attention, Bama went on and won a national title. Yeah, a lot of that was Saban's coaching. That was one of Saban's greatest coaching performances. But I 1,000% agree with you. And not this isn't just because we got to hang out a little bit this weekend. He is the most underappreciated quarterback to ever play for Alabama.
I'm telling you. Like him and my man Greg McElroy get so much hate mail, bro.
A lot of heat
for no reason. Like those guys are national champions.
They are.
Have some respect. Have some manners when you see those guys, man.
No, Jake Coker is, people. He's a national championship quarterback.
Yeah, man. Like you guys got to pipe down. Calm down.
Yeah, that throw against Clemson. Yeah, man, he made play. It wasn't just the onside kick. He was making some plays that night.
Bro,
and he was having a battle.
He made plays.
He was having a battle on maybe one of the best college quarterbacks in the decade at the time. And Deshaun Watson, you don't remember him in college. God bless. You should. You played him every year in the national title.
No, listen. They're not supposed to lose that game.
No.
Clemson's supposed to win, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
That is how the cookie crumbles. Smoke, man, that's been a good one tonight, man.
We're better than a home run derby, I'll tell you that.
Again, man. Who are these guys? Come on, Buxton, hit you some home runs. I want to care. I want to care so bad. If they had Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani and some of those dudes in this, I might be locked in a little more.
The Bombers. I got to see some.
Whoever's leading. The dude for the Mets that was with the Yankees last year. Juan
Soto.
Yeah, Soto. Give me those guys.
Tatis. Like we should get the stars to play in the
Barry
game,
Jr.
but again, I'm
Yeah.
solid. I'm good. I'm falling asleep on this.
I've tried. Our show, I do agree, our show is better, obviously, by the numbers picking up as we go. But yes, cat pool, bring back the 90s. I'm trying, man, and I give baseball credit. Like, they put this clock count on there. So
hold on
games
now.
are
You
only
said
2.5
90s. Hold
hours.
up.
And it's just, dude.
Y'all really want the 90s back?
In baseball?
Yeah. Y'all want the jab? You guys want guys jabbing themselves?
Yes.
You guys want the jab?
It was better. You tell me Sosa and McGuire and Bonds hitting freak home runs wasn't more.
So would you rather watch a home run derby with Griffey, Frank, Mark, Bonds? You want to go 4 or 5? You got one more. Who else you want to throw in there?
Gonzalez, because he was awesome in that era.
Juan Gonzalez. Okay. Or would you rather watch Aaron, Ohtani,
exactly. Trout.
Mike Trout.
Say Trout.
Oh man, who's our guy? Power hitter. That played for the Phillies.
Oh, Harper.
Ryan Howard.
Oh, Ryan Howard. Bryce Harper.
Yeah. That could be a good little matchup.
It would. Give me Griffey and Thomas. Griffey and Thomas. Oh my God, man. That's
who really wins, chat?
Who would win between? I don't know, man. This new group would give them a run for it. Aaron
Judge. Who was
Aaron Judge a better home run hitter than Thomas?
Who was?
Aaron Judge is a better home run hitter than Thomas.
Bro, I'm telling you. It's better than what you think, bro.
Oh, I know.
And Bryce Harper's gonna go nuts.
Dude, I remember when Bryce Harper was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was 16 years old and reading that at that time, that's before travel ball was really big, and he was having to travel all over the country to even play competitive baseball. And I think he was like 16 and he had gone to some tournament in New York and they were having to fly him, and he flew back, and the coach always would call to ask his mom, like, "Hey, did Bryce tell you this weekend?" She's like, "Yeah, he said it went okay." He's like, "Yeah, he was 14 for 16 with 12 home runs and 2 doubles." I mean, he was putting up like these mythical numbers, like at 16, hitting home runs off the catwalk in Tropicana. And then he skipped his senior year of baseball and went to junior college. Harper, man, this again, I do hate it. And I hate that it doesn't intrigue me more. Ronald Acuna for the Braves is a fun baseball player. The guy escaping me that plays for Cincinnati. Oh my God.
Oh, you talking about Cruz Jr.?
Yeah, that dude. Yes, man. Baseball's got some names, and it's just not grabbing me right now, and I kind of hate it.
You're old, bro. You're old in Washington. You got a family, and you work. You can't sit around and read the old baseball magazines anymore. You got to be a grown-up.
100%, Brad. That's what we were talking about.
Almost brought Bama back against Ole Miss. If the GOAT had started him, we might just win that. We might have just won the game. Sometimes you got to go through some things to find out who you really are, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and I mean Barnett. Again, I don't know if he'd won the job. People practice different. Smoke, was LeVar Arrington a disappointment? Well, based off that one play that everybody remembers where he timed the snap and jumped over the line and tackled the quarterback, and he looked like Adonis. I don't know. I mean, I thought LeVar had a pretty good NFL career.
I thought he had a good NFL career, but more context to that. You got to have more. Was he a disappointment to who?
Yeah.
I remember Chris Sammy was telling me a story about how he shut down practice. His linebacker, because he was always a guy that wasn't super locked in, but whenever you had to hit the button came on.
So he was like, what's his name?
Al Wilson's like that.
Al, was he?
Yeah, Al like that. There's a few that's like that.
When the light came on, Al Wilson would eat your freaking lunch.
Like, just flip the switch. It's ready to go. So,
defensive end at South Carolina, Clowney. Clowney's the exact same damn way.
Yeah. Okay. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Clowney's a solid player. Clowney ain't no.
But the ceiling if he had the light come on. He had Julius Pepper's talent.
No, he did not.
Really?
Still, no shot. Not even close. The
Really?
only thing that him and Julius Peppers are close is they play the same position. They're not even the same athlete. Clowney's a straight line, tight hip, explosive, good football player. Like, Clowney's never had double-digit sacks ever.
Well, is it a light thing, or maybe it's not? Maybe he just doesn't.
That's who he is. Go back and look at his stats of South Carolina. Like,
he's like LeVar Arrington. He has that one play that everybody remembers and expected.
But LeVar was a Pro Bowl linebacker in the NFL.
He was.
He just did what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. So if he was supposed to go left and he thought the play was going right, LA took off right. The majority of the time, LA made those plays. So, but, Chris said they're going through practice and, he was in warm-ups and the coach got on him. Like, every single day we come out here chewing LeVar out. So LeVar was like, you know what? I'm tired of this bull crap. So he went over and told all of the offensive players, Rock Cartwright, Big Sam, and the rest of you guys, today, button up your chin straps, button up your shoulder pads, because it's on. Because that MF over there won't leave me alone. And he said in a play of maybe 5 or 6 plays, LeVar, knockout Cartwright, Rock Cartwright, LeVar. When you could do that in the NFL, you can tell other greats that I'm about to shut this down. I've only seen it happen once in my career with another player. That's Marcel Darius. Like, Selly shut it down. Like, the only way that you guys are going to get another play is take Marcel off and sub him out and bring somebody else in. Like, he shut down the whole entire, I think it was like a 10 or 12 play script. Like, they couldn't get an inch, couldn't get a yard, couldn't get a pass off. And it was Richie Incognito at guard, Eric Wood. I forget the other guard. But, yeah, he was forklifting everybody. Running back, pick up, walk back, sit down. Through, slap, beat, slap by the quarterback, turn around, say, Smoke, this is what they wanted. That's what Big Sale told me. Smoke, this is what they want. I'll give it to them when I feel like it. Now, when you have guys like that, they're going to be on a roller coaster just because they're not always geared to do that. But when they want to, yeah, there's only a few that can. LeVar was one of those guys.
There you go. Maybe not. Ephraim, name a sport you won't watch or play. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You know what? I love playing everything. Football is my worst. Football is my least favorite sport.
Well, I've got you didn't go into the aquatic center at the University of Alabama and get invited to a water polo game. You've got to be a effing.
Is that a sport or is that an activity?
It's a sport they play in the Olympics.
Okay. I mean, they also do fencing in the Olympics.
I won't play ever again because I almost drowned. A sport I won't watch. I'm sorry, this is going to offend somebody. I don't even care that they're trying to make it into wrestling with the back and forth. I don't watch women's basketball. It just bores the shit out of me.
You ain't right, bro.
I don't like. They're trying to make it wrestling, like Caitlin Clark versus all these the good versus the. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Caitlin Clark is a pretty special player. Paige Beckers is really, really good, special player, and Juju Watkins is a special player.
And they probably are. It's just not a sport that does. I just can't.
I'm with you. I'm not saying that I won't watch it, but I'll tell you who I'd watch. But I don't watch a lot of meaningless games either. Like, I don't watch every NBA game, but
is she advertised?
Who?
Clark? Kevin Clark.
Yes.
Why is everybody
so is Paige Beckers.
Why do they hate on someone that's having a Tiger Woods effect?
I don't know. Listen, now you're who's they?
The media, whatever, they try to make this the who's the girl from LSU that
you talking about? Angel Reese? She's from Maryland.
Well, she played at LSU, but she
played at Maryland first.
People don't know they're from fucking Maryland. They know her from LSU. I'm talking about the people that know, like they consider her an LSU. But anyway, they've tried to make this rivalry almost seems like wrestling to me because it seems contrived a lot. And I don't. I mean, is it?
So I'm going to say I don't feed into it because For me, it's about the game.
This is what
and I think Angel is an outstanding rebounder. Skill set is still need to be worked on. Caitlin Clark is a 6-foot guard, which is that's a big guard in the W. That got handles, that can shoot, 3-level scorer, like underrated passer. Like she's a phenomenal passer. She can handle basketball, so it's like her skill set is rare. When you're talking about women basketball players, because most of the time guards aren't 6-footers that got handled like that, that can create, that can play the point or the combo guard or the 2 guard. Same thing with Juju. Juju is what, 6'1", 6'3"? Like most of the time, you're talking about 6'3", 6'4". You're talking about post players that aren't as skilled or athletic. So when you see that, you're like, whoa, I've never seen this before in a WNBA game. Like Caitlin come up and pull up from the logo, then come run, pick and roll, drop a dime.
Well, and this is what I know about it. Again, I've seen where there's people that are, other players from other teams always making. It just seems to be some animosity. Like again, there's always a player. Everybody wants to hate on Bronny because they say he got there because his dad, and it obviously looks like
he did get there because of his dad. His dad's his father.
But he also
his dad don't reproduce with his wife, you don't get Bronny. So yes, it's 100%. But and what they're going to say, nepotism? Yeah, show me a father-son tandem that didn't work, being somebody's father.
But I have a hard time. Like I don't follow it enough to get it. But like she seems to be having a Tiger Woods effect. I feel like everybody would kind of love the girl because their paychecks.
Did everyone love Tiger?
There you go. Took a minute. Listen. It took a minute. That's a good point. Maybe it's gotta hate greatness.
Everyone hates what they can't become.
Greatness.
I don't. If that's the word that you want to throw out there, I'm not gonna.
I know what Tiger was. Wasn't Tiger?
Yeah, Tiger was. Yeah, Tiger's a once in a lifetime generational talent.
Greatest.
Like he's a one off. But when you're not around that, you don't appreciate it. Because you think that you're going to see it again. Like, oh, yeah, we can see this again. Like the Williams sisters. Like, you're not going to see that again. You guys want to kill Bron. You ain't going to see that again. You guys want to kill Shaq. You ain't going to see that again.
Good Lord. I'm not.
You guys love Mike. You saw someone that looked a lot and played like Mike.
Exactly like him. They've got video of them playing. They literally got videos, clips of everything that 2-3 did, Kobe did too.
So you can't replicate like someone like Tiger unless it's in his DNA. If we're so fortunate to see this again. Like Bron, like you can't, some of these guys you just can't help. Yep. You can't say I'm gonna see another Michael Jackson. Yeah, they're gonna be another like yeah. We'll see another Bond. I haven't. Maybe you have. I haven't. We'll see another Shohei Ohtani. When? When are you going to see a day one starter be your best player, be your best hitter
and pitcher?
Like when? Like if you can tell me that again, then we can run around and say, oh yeah. When are we going to see 22 years of phenomenal greatness? So appreciate it and don't knock it. Just go and cheer and say, "Wow, I saw it live."
I'm assuming Kat is a female and she doesn't watch it, and Ephraim's telling her to watch it. That's pretty funny. We've got a male telling a female to watch some WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's if you're into dunking and playing above the rim, it's not what you're going to see. But if you want to see plays getting ran, skill set. You're going to see a lot of skilled players, but above the rim, athleticism, dunking, and all that, not so much. Not so much. But I believe it's coming. I believe in as these players get stronger, you're going to see it. Like we never thought that we'd see a 6'9", 270-pound locomotive.
No, evolution is legit. I mean, go back to when Wilt was scoring 100, it's because everybody else was very short in those days, but people started catching. Then you get to now, and how many guys are Wilt? Now you got Wilt Chamberlain shooting 3-pointers.
Then you see Wembanyama.
Yes, like that.
There's stuff that whoa.
Like, how do you?
This dude took 2 dribbles and he's dunking.
Yeah.
Like this dude just. When I saw Wembanyama close out against Klay Thompson, he was 2 feet in the paint. Klay pulled up a logo 3. He got out there and blocked it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, whoa, hold on. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Then, takes off down the court, 2 dribbles, boom, boom, takes off, bang. Hold on. He just took 5 steps. What took everybody else 15. Yeah. And he's not even touched a percentage of his game yet.
Yeah. Basketball. Freaky athletes. That goes back to our conversation from weeks past, man. These dudes that are 7 foot now doing what guards used to do back in the day is just a little.
Listen, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, Petty. I've seen some of. Here's what blows my mind. Okay, you've seen Wilt Chamberlain highlights, correct?
Yeah.
You've seen Kareem highlights, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Any one of those highlights blow you away?
No, it was big dudes making plays because they were taller than everybody else.
Yeah, I heard
even
about
Kareem
Wilt running a 4.5
in the league. There weren't many. Even in Kareem's day, there weren't that many guys that tall, that athletic.
Yeah.
It was a one-off.
Something like Havlicek was really good. So what always blows my mind is this, and what ifs. So everybody heard that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had a marker somewhere where they wrote it down as 100 points. We stood there and smiled. All right. 2 things. You've seen highlights of every game that Wilt Chamberlain's played where he's averaged 50 and 5,000 rebounds. Yeah. How come we can't see one daggone play of the 100 points? We got to see it in the daggone piece of paper. Where's the box scores? Somebody got to give me the box scores.
Look, I can't get over the Wilt Chamberlain highlights past the point of every time he's getting it, it looks like some dude on the playground playing with kids. It's like,
I've seen him dribble how, I guess.
And so again, and that brings you to someone like the Slim Reaper, who's 6'10", that can gash the lane, but they can sit there and have a sweeter shot than anybody not named.
The guy's a 50, 40, 90 player.
Yeah.
There's only been a handful of guys. Now, here's my next question for all these smart people out there, especially you, B. Russell. I'd like to throw Pistol Pete out there.
Pistol Pete, man, if you go throw pistol, the modern day pistol was white chocolate. And,
have you seen his highlights?
Go watch them.
Yeah, have you seen Magic Johnson highlights? Compare those two. But I digress. I'm not going to say anything else.
Wait. All right, yeah, we don't have to come full circle.
But Wilt Chamberlain's numbers of females is crazy, right?
I'm not buying that shit.
Perfect. Such a great athlete that benched 415 pounds, right? Ran a 4.5, was an All-American in, I think they say 3 sports, right? With his crazy behavior, does he not have one offspring that can say that his great genetics is passed down?
Of the 30,000 women he betted, you would have thought one of them also had decent genes.
I study the offsprings of these greats, especially athletes. I know what LeBron's produced.
At least.
I know what the Currys have produced. I know what the Mannings have produced. I just want to know.
The Manning
everyone's going to say they're GOAT. I want to at least, what has your GOAT produced in terms of an athlete? that's when I can start saying like generational athlete. So whoever y'all goat is,
But I'm
let
gonna
me
write
know.
that generational. What goat's generational? Because I know you're also kind of hinting at someone else. That's
No,
not
I'm just saying.
You were talking about Wilt,
Walter
but I know you're
Payton,
hinting at
son,
someone
boom.
that played for the Bulls.
Emmitt Smith, boom. Kenyon Martin, boom. Gary Payton. You want me to keep going? Dale Curry, Akeem Olajuwon. Like every year, you see all these kids. Cooper Flagg's mom play. Like everyone's. Like you just see offspring. Dylan Harper. Like you just see like former players. Scottie Pippen. Harvey Grant has two.
How about our running back at San Francisco?
Yeah. How about the McCaffrey family? But everyone says Magic.
Griffey.
Jordan.
Bonds.
Yeah, where they like? Give me one, a cousin, something. Just saying. I just know the Secretariat bloodline has been in every Kentucky Derby race since he's been studied.
Well, his bloodline was in every damn horse in this last one. So,
hey, man, I'm just saying that's what happens. Genetics.
I think that might be a new catchphrase for me. Is DNA matters because it's funny you said
Deion Sanders. Like I can Asante Samuels Jr. Asante Samuels. Like, I can keep going. Craig Ironhead Hayward.
Frank Gore had a kid almost make it to the NFL before
he's with the Buffalo Bills, my friend. Jerry Rice. David Robinson, like everyone.
What about Jordan?
I'm saying names of players.
You know
the offsprings that
we had
that
when we
at
talk
least
about
Division 1A athletes.
Larry Bird, does he not have any kids?
Hey man,
I think Bird was great.
I don't think we've ever said Bird and GOAT.
I think Bird made himself great. I don't think that. I mean, well, let's be real.
I've never said Bird and GOAT. When you're talking about GOAT, show me what you produce. At least one.
At least one offspring.
Yeah, at least one.
We're gonna table this because we're gonna say to be a GOAT, you also have to have an offspring.
At least one. To be like something like at least get a walk on and start.
Cecil Prince even carried it on.
Heck yeah! And then Prince's son is a ball player.
Oh, is he? Prince Fielder?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a third one coming.
Bro, that's what. All right.
Fielders can hit, man.
Now I'm just saying, and then it comes into like you're nurturing, even if they're not gifted. You nurture that because that's what they're around. So what you're around and you see, you manifest that and you become.
You mean
so if it's not by nature, you can nurture, have them around, be a part of, and you can figure it out. All of these guys aren't great athletes, but they're good players.
Quantify this. Like, are we picking one family?
Who's a sports? In what sport?
Yeah, I mean, is it all sports, and is it just multiple? Like, or are we picking one family and not like the supreme sporting family?
I mean, you got the.
I'm gonna go with the one I got all over this helmet.
Who you got? You got the Watts, or what you got? The Manning family.
Archie.
That's pretty good.
Eli, and
that's pretty good.
I mean, who's and I'm gonna throw them out there. Who would you? Let's debate. There's the Manning, and then who?
I'm gonna say the Williams family, Serena and Venus.
I'm trying to think, man. That's as far as family accolades.
I think they're arguably two of the greatest at their particular sport. Sisters by Mr. Williams. Eli's not the greatest. He's not in the conversation.
But Peyton is.
That's one.
But Eli's won Super Bowls. His dad won an MVP.
It's fine.
I mean, you got 3 MVPs in the NFL.
That's one.
That's heady.
Like in tennis, it was Venus, Serena. It wasn't Peyton, Eli.
I mean, you got two quarterbacks that won Super Bowl MVPs, and then a father that won the league MVP on a losing team.
I'm not knocking that, bro. I'm just saying I'm saying the Williams, and that's my case. You're saying the Mannings.
I want to think about that because there's got to be somewhere missing, right? Well, there's.
I mean,
the Bobby and Barry. You got Ken and Junior. I mean, back-to-back home. They hit back-to-back home runs in a baseball game. That's.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Williams family. And I'm gonna run with that one.
All right, I'm gonna say greatest. Efron,
put some time into it. I mean, you got
sports royal.
The Watts family. But I mean,
well, what was the kickers? All those kickers. The Colt for Tennessee, they had 27 of them.
The Colquitts?
Was it the Colquitts? There's like 30 of those bastards.
I'm still gonna say Venus and Serena.
The Detmers?
I'm gonna say Venus and Serena.
I'm going with the Detmers.
Ty
and Coy.
It's not bad, but I'm gonna stick with the Williams.
Don't go with the Williams sisters. Okay. I'm gonna actually, Ephraim, I'm gonna table this. I'm gonna dive into this one in the off week and see, because I know there's some families out there that I'm gonna be like, damn, I forgot them. They had 4 or 5.
I mean, if you're talking about like longevity and just the history of it, the Matthews family in football.
Clay Matthews, yeah.
Bruce, yeah.
There's one. God, there was like the sons, the dads. There's a whole good one.
There's a whole heap of them. Yeah, I mean, the Hayward, Ironhead Hayward and his son. That's a good one too.
I loved Ironhead.
Let me see another one. Just to give you, we already said the Watt family, obviously.
Yeah, the Watt
JJ, TJ.
Well, that's maybe one we probably should give a little more love to. Is the Watts are stupid. I mean,
yeah,
both could be considered the best defensive linemen in the league at one point in their careers, right?
Yep.
Is that an argument you can make?
Nope. That's not an argument for me. I would wholeheartedly say, yep, I agree.
That is a great question, Ephraim. Like I said, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna dig into this one, see if we can.
Let me see
if we can beat the names. If we can top the Williams or the.
I mean, the Mannings are up there, bro.
But I do want to see if I can top that, fam. I'm gonna see if we can find someone else.
Unless you can get me 2 greater than the Williams.
How many? What all did I know? I mean, look, Serena. I know Venus won a lot too, though. How many did she? I'm gonna have to go back and see.
Venus, listen, you're saying like when you're saying like the Mannings, and you're saying like the Watt family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. What quantifies great? Like, how are we quantifying this great? Because winning.
I'm going to say the Williams sisters dominated tennis for a 20-year period of time, if not longer. Like dominated.
Floyd Mayweather and Pops.
Whenever individual sport dominated.
I'm gonna go one that crosses sports. The Norton family.
Who?
The Norton, Ken Norton and Ken Norton Jr.
No, not even close.
Championship boxer and all-pro linebacker.
Hey, listen, you're reaching short arm. Just getting close. But I'm gonna stand firm on the historic run of Venus. Baby sister comes and goes.
I like it. I'm gonna dig further into this one.
Whenever you feel like it, just dominance. Like you showing up and like, yep. Is that you remember when Tiger used to show up and like, yeah.
Well, nobody's been. I don't think anybody's dominantly like Serena, have they, in the women's game? I don't think it's even been close. I mean,
Venus, Serena. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think there was anybody ever in the history. I mean, I think with Steffi Graf's probably the only one close, and I don't even think she's in the conversation anymore.
Venus, Serena, Williams. They should call like if you name women's tennis the Williams game. I don't think anybody argues.
The Ripkins and the Boones.
I'm good on that one.
Billy, Dad.
A guy gets rewarded for putting his pants on every day, showing up to work. Dude, I've never missed a day in school. I don't think anyone called me the greatest student.
Dude, if you go back, I've sent you some of them, but from like 84 to 90, the starting lineups in the All-Star game, you could bet Ricky Henderson was leading off, and you could also bet that Ripken was leading the league for home runs by a shortstop and starting. I love it, getting an award for putting it. And what does Billy get an award for? Having a baseball card that had a cuss word on it that everybody wanted? That's all I remember Billy ever. All I remember anything, the only thing anybody can tell you about Billy Ripken is he had a baseball card that said FU on the bottom of his bat, and everybody wanted it because it was in there, and that their dad was the coach. The Boone family did a lot of, one of them, like, you've got the crazy one that coaches the Yankees. That's actually a pretty good one, but Brett did a lot of steroids to get good. Let's be real. Brett was a good baseball player, and then he ate steroids like Brady Anderson in the Orioles and went from like 10 home runs to 5 billion. So, yeah, bring back steroids.
Yeah, Pettey, like I said, bro, whenever you want to go look at those young ladies from
you pull up some stats on their dominance.
I don't need to pull up any stats. I just we're in the same age group.
I knew that they were dominating. I'm not sure how much I've ever watched tennis. Do you watch tennis? Yeah.
Venus Ebony Star Williams started it out. She was the first. She's like the first rollout. You know how you get like the first edition is to say, hey, world, here you go. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna bless you with something great for about a 10-year period, from like 99 to about 2010-ish. She was still winning like the Australian Open 2010, and then I'm gonna give you the crown jewel.
I had a buddy that had a funny story about Serena Williams.
You better be a good one. Get it to me.
They were at a party, some banquet thing in New Orleans that he got somehow into, and she was there. And they basically got told, like, hey, don't make eye contact with Serena. And he said, man, I'd had a few cocktails, and I can tell she was eye. And I'm not going to use the word he used, but she was giving me the eye. And he said, I got the damn confidence. And I said, the hell with what they told me. She's giving me the fucking eye. Sorry. We're 2 hours in. Maybe nobody's paying attention at this point. However, our numbers have somehow gone up. We're 2.5 in. This is our longest show ever. And so he said he went to make the move. It wasn't 2 minutes later that two big dudes like in a damn cartoon was throwing his ass out the door for even trying to talk to her. But it's just the way he said, man, I could tell she was no, dude. She wasn't giving you that.
Well, my good friend, I think we've come to a great end. I'm going to stand firm on the Williams sisters' run. If anybody else got a family, they can throw theirs in, but I'm gonna stick with the Williams. In an individual sport, they crushed it.
I'm gonna stick with my awkward looking quarterbacks and say the Mannings.
Go ahead.
But if we're going, I guess, head for head championships, I'm gonna lose that battle because I know.
No, if you're going to sheer dominance,
yeah, it's
elite play, one-offs.
Oh yeah, this isn't. There's no debate. We're gonna have to set some parameters. I'm gonna set some parameters.
Whatever parameters that you want to set, I'm gonna go with.
Well, whatever they are, is as soon as this show ends, I'm probably also turning off this home run derby. That nobody. By the way, chat, you failed tonight. You had 2.5 hours to tell me the damn rules to this thing, and I've yet to get them, and I still don't know what's happening.
One knows.
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
It's like Fahrenheit. Nobody knows.
Yeah, here goes a championship.
Are we in the finals?
Yeah, I think so.
If it's not Frank Thomas and Ken Griffey, I'll tell you, low key, Josh Hamilton, his home run derby in Yankee Stadium. That was maybe the one in the later years that kind of
Joshua
hit in me. How about the Allison family, Petty? Boy, Brian Russell just went into the NASCAR circuit. Bobby, we talking about Bobby? What's the name of it? The Allison family's got. Well, what about the Earnhardts? We're going to go that route. Let's go Earnhardt.
Are we talking sports or are we talking about athletes? No, I mean, that's what you said. If we're talking about sports.
It's NASCAR. It is a sport, right? But it's not.
It's a sport. They're not athletes. It's a sport.
Yeah. No, they're not athletes. But
I mean, what they do is it's unreal.
Oh,
But
the mental. Okay, and that's where you're dividing. Like, no, can they do what Randy
Bob
Moss?
Boone,
No,
Brett Boone,
but
Aaron Boone, knock it off.
the mental aspect of driving that car, that speed, sitting in the heats that they do. There is some endurance in it because you're sitting in a car that's 150 degrees. They lose probably 50. But yeah, there's something to it, man. I've actually smoked. Believe it or not, I don't know how it was for my father-in-law's birthday. We bought him the Dale Jarrett experiences where you get to drive a NASCAR at Talladega, and he didn't want to do it alone, so he kind of got us all in. So I've actually been in a NASCAR on Talladega doing 170 miles an hour. I'll be honest, I was on there by myself. I couldn't imagine somebody being 1 inch in front of me, 1 inch behind me, going 20 miles faster, and then two dudes on the side of me. That takes a little bit of something upstairs that's different. It's kind of like a fighter jet pilot. You gotta have.
Yeah, if you've done it long enough, you'll do it. If you've never done it, you'll be like, oh, it's hard. But if it's something that you do, yeah, it's like y'all cats down in Mississippi, y'all be frying catfish and stick your hand right in the hot oil and put the catfish out. You know, somebody like with soft hands like I do, I can't do that, but you know that's what y'all do.
There you go. Look, follow the class. That's us. That's me and Smoke. You've seen it down here all night. Actually, go check out the Saban Foundation. Look up K77 for ALS. Go help those guys out. They're helping former Bama. They're helping. It's just a good cause. With that said, man, it's been a great show. Smoke, look, we don't follow us. We're going to be here tomorrow night with the Bama Standard. You going to be with us?
Absolutely. I wanted to take a day off, but I guess I can't.
Man, you're too important for that, Smoke. Look, until next time, man, that's it. You got anything good to say? Tell all the love.
I said all the good things for tonight. Next Monday, I'll say some more good things. But just make sure that y'all get ready for this debate that Efron wants to have with NASCAR and Tough as Nails wants to have with the luckiest player of all time, Magic.
We're going to bring up some soccer players like Pele. Pele got kids.
we don't know.
What's the Bolt family doing?
You saying?
Yeah. You saying?
Don't worry. There'll be an offspring.
Gotta be.
I'm just telling you. Elite produce elite.
I love it. Love it. Smoke's got something coming up. We got something coming. Smoke's got something coming through the gymnastics ranks, right?
Yeah. I don't. We'll see.
Bristol will be the one.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're just trying to figure out how to work.
Good stuff. Look,
they'll be all right.
Hit that like and subscribe. Follow us. That way you don't miss any of the great content here at the Bama Standard. Me and Smoke will be back with you tomorrow night on the flagship. So until then, man, see y'all next time, and then see you especially on Monday nights. Woo, good shit.